I thought the Seahawks outplayed the Falcons in the first of their 2 playoff games in 2012. I didn't feel like they didn't outplay the Falcons a couple of years ago. They didn't outplay the Panthers a couple of years ago. And they didn't outplay Dallas either. And that's not just because Brian Schottenheimer fell asleep. Schottenheimer could have called a better game. They absolutely could have gone to more passing plays. And it might have worked. You know what else might have worked? Stopping 3rd and 14. You know what else might have worked? Gaining yards on the run plays he called instead of just getting flat beat. And I think that the other people have to take some responsibility for that, not just Brian Schottenheimer. So 206-421-3776. Jump right back into your calls with Jim, who's in Seattle. Jim, go ahead.
Hey, guys. So, yeah, I got to say, I'm disappointed in the game, not upset or mad. And I agree with what you guys are saying. I mean, I have zero problem with the game plan. It just came down to, in this game of inches, that last main drive by Dallas, I mean, there were not only the 3rd and 14, but there were 2 PI calls there. I mean, they had 3 chances to stop them. Didn't get it done. And otherwise, I mean...
And you had a shot, too, and thank you for the phone call. Russ talked about this, post-game. Like, after KJ gets that pick, okay, it's a 3-point game with 6 minutes to go, and you get your shot right there, and you come out on first down, and what do you do on first down? Oh, you throw the ball. Oh, and you throw it, and Nick Vanetz, there's 8 yards, you're at the 30-plus. Nope, holding, set him back. Okay, then
now you come 1st and 20.
Yeah, and then you come back and you get a little play and you gain, and then Fluker just takes a cheap shot.
Now it's like 2nd and 27.
Yeah, and you're just dead. And so you had your opportunity with about 6 minutes to go to take it down the field, to control it. You saw some pass. That was going to be some pass. You grinded that game until it was winning time. You know what? And it was at 14-10. Well, okay, not quite winning time yet, because Dallas responds and they score and go up 17-14. Well, it's not quite winning time with 6 minutes to go. Now it's winning time. And now we got them to 3 third downs, as the caller just said. Couldn't get off the field on any of them.
Yeah, and by the way, legit calls. I mean, those were pass interference. You can't grab them in those spots. You got to find a way to play it clean, and they couldn't get that done. Kyle is in Port Orchard on line 2. Good morning.
Oh, I always like Kyle's calls. Bring it, Kyle.
Hey, yeah, I'm in total lockstep with you guys, man. Players just got out-executed on the line of scrimmage, both sides of the ball. You can't blame Brian Schottenheimer for the game he called. I think there's always a few plays here and there you'd like to have back. Brock, I'm with you. Could have been a little bit more creativity in the run that was called, but you know what? He did exactly what he did all year long, which got the team to 10-6, got him in the playoffs, and I think that Pete Carroll and his coaching staff, when they look in the mirror at this game, they're going to say, we did exactly what we wanted to do with our game plan. We were in a position to win. The 3 biggest plays, 3rd and 14, didn't stop them. 3rd and 1 before the half. Can't give up that run. And, I know it's a long field goal, but Janikowski, if he makes that one, totally different. So that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. The only thing I would disagree with is I think Pete's disappointed they didn't open up more of their playbook because they didn't get to more plays.
Correct.
I mean, they only ran 50 plays in the game, and a bunch of those came late once the playbook is just throwing down the field. They didn't convert enough plays to be able to get into all the things I'm sure they wanted to do.
No question.
That's an effect of what you did on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. All right, 206-421-3776. We've got Bob's question. We've got your calls. And, yes, we've got Pete Carroll in just 20 minutes talking about Saturday night, what went wrong, what went right this year, what comes next, an extended conversation with the coach at 9:30 here on Brock and Salk.
The Pete Carroll Show, this morning at 9:30 with Brock and Salk. Presented by Bannerhead.
Be right back, guys.
Kings.com and Les Schwab Tires.
That's exactly what you want.
On 710 ESPN Seattle, the voice of Seahawks football.
Hey, it's Jim Moore. My goal for 2019 is to lose the 30 pounds I put back on after doing a program I talked about, but I just couldn't stick with it. I'm done kicking myself for gaining the weight and feeling like a fool, and I know I can't get it off on my own. Going with a program that's new to you and me, but a company that has quietly been around for more than 7 years. A company that has built its reputation by word of mouth, Evolve 180 Weight Loss. Evolve 180 was referred to me by a coworker who left the same program I was on to follow the staff to Evolve 180. Evolve 180 is different because they don't have a cookie-cutter approach. They personalize a plan for you. Evolve 180 is less expensive than other weight loss programs. You can meet with Evolve 180 for a free consultation. Just call 425-442-5626. That's 425-442-5626 or visit evolve180weightloss.com. Get back in the game and join me on a January journey toward a healthier life with evolve180weightloss.com.
Hey guys, it's 2019 and most of us have some of the same New Year's resolutions. You know, to eat better, lose weight, in general, just be happier. Well, let's do something truly different this year, something that will last you a lifetime. Hey, it's Don O'Neill. According to national studies, nothing, not even weight loss, will make you look and feel more youthful than an attractive, fuller head of hair. Now, receding hairline or a bald spot, that doesn't just prematurely age you, it also steals your personal physical identity. Ouch! Hey, look, here's the solution. A simple breakthrough, a one-day treatment with Advanced Hair. It's called the Advanced FUE, and it allows you to grow in your own natural hair, again, over a period of months. So get your own natural hair growing back by spring. They're the most experienced FUE hair restoration experts in the entire country. Patients, they fly in worldwide to Advanced Hair, and all you have to do is drive to Bellevue for a no-cost consultation. Nothing wrong with free. And right now, for a limited time, get $500 off. Call 425-449-8185 or schedule online at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
Opening this weekend, Silver Spur Resort, acreage properties, minutes from Chelan with 300 days of sun. Tide, tell us more.
Included is the Yellowstone-inspired Owner's Lodge, pool, hot tub, sport courts, and miles of recreational trails. Acreage properties start at only $79,000.
Or a custom cabin package on acreage for only $189,000. These will go fast. Call today. Make your reservation. Call 800-422-6009. SilverSpurResort.com. 800-422-6009.
Planning a spring break getaway? Well, with the Capital One Venture Card, you earn unlimited double miles on any purchase you make today and every day. And those miles add up to get you closer to that trip to paradise. Every vanilla soy latte, double miles. Every time you pump gas, double miles. Even when you buy a set of Monogram beach towels, yep, double miles. You earn unlimited double miles on every purchase, and then you go. The Capital One Venture Card, the card that takes you there. What's in your wallet?
Capital One Bank USA N.A. Cars that sound like this. Trust Pennzoil Synthetics to protect their engines in extreme conditions. Top racing teams know that Pennzoil Synthetics give them the performance to help them succeed. And your car's engine deserves the same. Because your daily commute is no less important. Get complete protection for top engine performance, just like the pros. Visit Pennzoil.com/rebate to save on Pennzoil Synthetics. Terms apply.
Does your timeshare feel more like a money pit than an investment? Get out with Timeshare Exit Team. Call 844-976-EXIT. TimeshareExitTeam.com.
The Pete Carroll Show, this morning at 9:30 with Brock and Salk. Presented by Banner Bank, VenueKings.com, and Les Schwab Tires.
That's exactly what you want.
On 710 ESPN Seattle, the voice of Seahawks football.
Okay, here's the deal. You're a freelancer, a hired hand, a self-made, self-owned business of one. Whether you're a contractor, creative director, or consultant, you're the boss. And that makes things easy. Unless, of course, you're trying to get a mortgage. When it comes to qualifying for a cash-out refi, gig economy workers come with more obstacles, more complexities, and more stress, right? Wrong. Dial 855-875-CASH, and one of our cash-out mortgage specialists will help you qualify for the lowest interest loan possible, regardless of your source of income. It's the easiest call you'll make all day. That's 855-875-CASH. Make the cash call today. First Mortgages, Impact Mortgage Group, DBA Cash Call Mortgage, 19500 Jamboree Road, Irvine, California, 92612, NMLS 128231. Equal housing lender, not licensed in all states, including New York. Call 855-657-9910 for licensing terms and restrictions. Again, that's 855-875-CASH. Make the cash call today.
It's a new year. Isn't it time to build a new you? Hey, Brock Hewitt here with Precor Home Fitness Manager Brian Smith.
It's resolutions time, Brock, and yes, Precor Home Fitness would love to help you build a new you. Let's start by saving you a ton of money now during Precor's Resolution Sale, our biggest sale of the year.
And friends, it is true. This is their biggest.
Precor treadmills up to $1,000 off. The best prices of the year on Precor AMTs, Inspire Home Gyms, and the incredible Octane Max Trainer, delivering a full body workout in just 14 minutes. Ellipticals, rowers, bikes, dumbbells, stability balls, recovery rollers, they're all on sale.
And friends, here's a little secret. Just mention my name, Brock Hewitt, and Precor Home Fitness will give you a $30 workout mat absolutely free.
It's a crazy sale, Brock. And on top of crazy prices, we've got special financing too, like 0% interest with approved credit.
For affordable solutions to your fitness resolutions, don't miss the resolution sale. Find the store nearest you at PrecoreHomeFitness.com.
Think better, feel better, look better in 2019.
You're listening to Brock and Salk,
live from the Alaska Airlines studios.
Streaming through the 710 Sports app and on 710sports.com.
Rough day to be a Seahawks fan, losing in Dallas. Opportunity was certainly there, and unfortunately not able to seize it. Give up a 3rd and 14. Don't rush for many yards. The bizarre onside kick. I know that's not what we haven't even talked about that. I know it's not why they lost. You almost never recover an onside kick.
Correct.
But my
especially
God,
with the new rules. Yeah.
What was that?
Just a little too juiced.
A little.
Yeah, a little off.
Brock.
Yeah.
That wasn't good. He kicked it directly to the guy on the team who was best at catching the ball.
Right.
It was not and it was up in the air forever. That was not a good kick. That's not what you want to do in that situation. Anyway, so much disappointment.
I was wondering if Bernard King was going to come out, Seabass, just for an onside kick.
Yes.
Even with the torn hamstring, just kick it with your right foot. Like, just have him limp on out there.
It would have been better.
Sweezy's playing with a broken foot. Who knows what medicine he's on to do that? Just will yourself, Seabass.
If Sweezy had kicked the onside kick with his broken foot, it would have been better and given them a better chance than what Michael Dixon did in that spot.
Right.
And I know that's not why they lost.
No.
And I'm not trying to take out my anger on that play, but I would have rather seen Sweezy with his broken foot do something other than what Michael Dixon did in that spot. All right. Hey, we'll get back to your calls in a minute. Pete Carroll coming up in just 15. We, for the final time, have Bob Stelton, who loves to ask questions, demands answers, and has a search for the truth.
Bob Stelton's search for truth.
Well, I know there's not a single reason as to why the Seahawks lost this game. There are a lot of reasons, but in your mind, give me the biggest reasons that the Seahawks did not win this game. Was it 3rd and 14? Was it some really head-scratching play calling that took place? Some mindless penalties that happened? Give me the biggest reason the Seahawks are not moving on.
Great question, Bobby. And I've said this a couple different times today. The number one reason is you got outrushed 2-1. You could not run the ball effectively. And I'll just kind of do this in a circular way. That's my number one. But they're all connected, yes, and you couldn't stop it. They're all connected from that point on. That is the foundational element. That's why you went on the run you went on. No pun intended. That's why you got into the playoffs. But when you have success running the football, then you're not looking at 3rd and 7 and 3rd and 8 and 3rd and 10 and a penalty kills it. You're not looking at those things. You're looking at 3rd and short, much more manageable. Maybe even opportunities to run the ball on 3rd down that led to many key conversions this year. So, yeah, the fact that Dallas ran it for 160 and you ran it for 74, Mr. Stelton, that to me, bar none, is the number one reason they fell short.
Yeah.
If you would have told me Friday when we finish our show, like, hey, I had all my needs and wants and everything else, and they got explosive plays. They hit a bunch of them down the field, and that's why this game was close. And, they played some good defense in stretches, just like every wild card defense seemingly played good this weekend. But ultimately, like, if you would have said, hey, Dallas is going to outrush you 160-74, no chance to win.
I'm there with you that's 1A. I don't know. I might say the defense, Broncos beats it. I guess because that you're including the defense and getting doubled up in the rushing, but 3rd and 14 is right there.
It's funny because just think if Russ Collinsworth was on that call and it was the Super Bowl, okay? He would praise Dak Prescott, no question, for making those plays. But what if his analysis was, that is the worst 3rd and 14 defense I have ever seen in the history of football? That can't happen with Russell Wilson getting the ball and a chance to win a game. If you just do what you should do 99 of 100 times. He runs the ball in the red zone. That's what he does. Even Skip Bayless said it a week ago, okay, last Friday.
You got to give Skip some props. Skip was right.
Skip said it.
Skip said that Dak was better than Russ because of his rushing touchdowns. And guess what won them the game?
Running touchdown.
His rushing.
Yes, and his rushing in that red zone. And that wasn't a 3rd and 4 QB draw where you're like, okay, that's tough. Or 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 10. It was 3rd and 14.
It's not just 3rd and 14. 3rd and 14 in the middle of the field, you still got to cover 70, 80 yards. You only have to cover 30 yards. You've got 7 guys in coverage covering just 30 yards of space. They couldn't get it done.
That was really tough.
That really is.
Because that then made it a 2-score game. Yes. It took away the opportunity that I was waiting for. that I think a lot of people were waiting for. The game plan, frankly, was waiting for, and that is a chance to win it in winning time when it matters the most. And the sense of belief, and you heard it, and you'll hear it from Pete in 10 minutes. The sense of belief on this team was real.
Some funny calls. Let me grab these.
Yeah.
Quentin's been hanging on to Kirkland forever. I want to give him a chance. Go ahead, Quentin. Quentin going once. Quick.
Brock, good morning.
Good morning.
You know, today what I've been kind of getting sidetracked by these couch potato keyboard warriors about how it's all Shoddy's fault, but you mentioned it briefly about who was our best cover corner in the year. It was Trey Flowers over Shaq. The defense didn't hold up its end of the bargain this weekend.
Yeah.
When the Seahawks needed to score to make it a game, they scored. When the defense needed to make a stop, they didn't. And they get a penalty after penalty.
And I've heard, Quentin, I've heard people say, well, this is not the Seahawks. Russell's the best player, lean on him. Well, you know what? The Colts defense wasn't record-setting. And what did they do? They held Houston to 7 points on the road. That's what they did when plays were to be made in the big moments. They went out and they executed and they got it done. The Chargers are not great shakes. They're without a couple of their best defenders. What'd they do? They sacked Lamar 7 times and took the ball away 3 times. You want to win on the road in Wild Card Weekend? You got to go out there and not give up nearly 400 yards.
When we start looking at this offseason, I mean, I think most of the additions and most of the places we'll be talking about are going to be on defense, right? What does this team need? Improved safety play, improved defensive end play, probably opposite Frank Clark, and maybe another cornerback.
I mean, better sign Michael Kendricks back, and hopefully he's not in jail, because I would like to see that happen. It needs another cover corner to absolutely push. It needs, a couple more pieces on the D-line. Needs some of those things.
Bummed. We lost the caller who was hanging on here. Who wanted to say that he thought Dixon was the 53rd best onside kicker on the team.
He said no doubt George Fant would have done a better job.
It couldn't have been worse.
Yeah.
You would have had to have fanned on the ball. You would have had to have full-on missed to have done.
I'm going to say this to Pete, and he'll laugh at me, but that's okay. But if you were to ask me in that moment, say, what strategy of onside kick would you want? You know what I would want? I want him to kick the ball, to drop kick it, and aim for one of the defenders and hit him as hard as you can hit him. Like, I want that instead of a put. Just take that deal.
I've seen people say that before.
Yes,
makes some sense.
We saw it in a bowl game. We've seen it. Like,
the ball's coming right at me.
And then let that ricochet happen. Just pick whoever is like the slowest mover, whoever's the weakest in the herd, and then you drop kick that thing 80 miles an hour.
To get out of the way of it, right? Isn't that their job in that spot? If you kick it right
out
and get out of the way,
you may not have the reaction time to get out of the way.
You better.
You might not.
NFL football.
You might not.
All right, we're out of time to answer your call. We've got some good ones. Russ wants to say that 3rd and 14 was the only play that mattered. You're right. Kelly's in the Tri-Cities wants to say Zeke before the half is a backbreaker. You're right. Cameron wants to say it's time for changes on special teams. You might be right. Kevin in Seattle is furious about the onside kick. You're right. You guys are all right. You're all right. And we'll ask Pete about all of those things. Pete Carroll is going to join us next on Brock and Salt.
The Pete Carroll Show. This morning at 9:30 with Brock and Salt. Presented by Banner Bank, VenueKings.com, and Les Schwab Tires.
Exactly what you want.
On 710 ESPN Seattle, the voice of Seahawks football.
NC Machinery has the Caterpillar equipment you need to get any job done right. You'll find the full cat line of backhoes, mini excavators, skid steer, and track loaders at NC Machinery. Right now, get 0% financing for 60 months on select models of new cat equipment OAC. And for a limited time, when you stop by for a free consultation, you'll get a $100 Cabela's gift card. Just mention this ad, new customers only while supplies last. Visit ncmachinery.com or find them in Monroe, Tukwila, Fife, Mount Vernon, and Chehalis. Restrictions, terms, and conditions apply only at NC Machinery locations.
I'm a single mom of 2 children. There's no feeling of safety or security in the places that I can afford.
Tasha Bergen of Olympia.
Affordable housing would mean that I don't have to pay half of my net income to pay rent.
Phil Owen, Executive Director, Sidewalk.
We help people escape homelessness. The housing affordability crisis affects people at all income levels. We need to build more homes. We need more rental homes, apartment buildings, condos.
Congressman Denny Heck.
We have too few houses of all kinds. We need to build more condominiums in the state. We also need to provide more support for affordable housing. Our Unlock the Door coalition wants the state legislature to act to make affordable housing for families across all income levels. We need to build more houses of all sizes and kind for all our neighbors.
Join the Unlock the Door coalition. Visit our website at unlockthedoorwa.com. Tell your legislator to unlock the door to affordable home ownership. Paid for by Washington Realtors.
So you're shopping for a firearm. Why would you want to pay extra taxes in Seattle or drive to one of the big box stores?
Especially when the best service, selection, and value is only a 10-minute drive from Seattle to Bellevue at West Coast Armory or right off Gilman Boulevard in Issaquah.
We've got Glocks, Colts, SIGs, CZs, and more. If you don't know what you want, you can test them out at the cleanest indoor range in the Northwest.
Want to know more? Then check us out at westcoastarmory.com, where we're loading up new specials on the hottest firearms and accessories.
That's westcoastarmory.com.
Pros in the know start with Lowe's, because at Lowe's, pros save big on brands they trust. Need to stock up on supplies for a plumbing job? Get SharkBite Evo PEX pipes and fittings to ensure a quick and proper connection every time. And they require no tools. Plus, you can save 5% on eligible purchases every day when you use your Lowe's Business Credit account. So, Pro, now that you know, start with Lowe's. While supplies last, credit offer subject to credit approval. Can't be combined with other credit offers. Exclusions apply. U.S. only.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the only $5 meal worthy of your appetite? Wendy's Giant Junior Bacon Cheeseburger Meal. Our classic Junior Bacon Cheeseburger is now bigger, with double the fresh, never frozen beef and double the apple with smoked bacon. There's nothing junior about it except the price. Wendy's Giant Junior Bacon Cheeseburger Meal comes with nuggets, fries, and a drink for just $5. Get the $5 Giant Junior Bacon Cheeseburger Meal at Wendy's. Giant Meal, junior price.
At participating Wendy's for a limited time. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Your next haircut now has a shortcut. Introducing the Sport Clips Haircuts app. That's right, now the cut you want is just a tap away. Just download the app, check in at your neighborhood Sport Clips, and choose your Guy Smart stylist, and you're done. We'll text you when your stylist is almost ready. Then head to Sport Clips for a championship haircut experience. It's home field advantage for your hair. No appointment needed. Just download the Sport Clips app and check in. And don't forget a beard trim. Sport Clips. You choose the cut, we cut the weight.
Hurry into your Burlington store and save on the latest workout gear, like windbreakers, performance tops, and leggings, plus sneakers, wireless headphones, tees, and supplements, too. Burlington, style for everyone.
The Pete Carroll Show, this morning at 9:30 with Brock and Salk. Presented by Banner Bank, VenueKings.com, and Les Schwab Tires.
That's exactly what you want!
On 710 ESPN Seattle, the voice of Seahawks football.
Message and data rates may apply. Individual results may vary. See website for details.
But hey, I'm buying a huge flat screen TV so I can finally see it without my glasses.
Why not just get LASIK at the LASIK Vision Institute? That's what I'm doing.
My glasses and contacts are a pain. I'd love to finally get rid of these, but who can afford LASIK?
You can, because the LASIK Vision Institute is offering dramatically low prices, as low as $220 per eye with an absolutely free consultation. Text ASK to 350-350. The LASIK Vision Institute has already performed over 1 million procedures. They use advanced FDA-approved LASIK technology that helps the majority of patients achieve 20/20 vision for a fraction of what others charge. Better vision, better value. The LASIK Vision Institute. Make this the year you finally get LASIK for as low as $220 per eye. Text ASK to 350-350. You'll see for free if LASIK is right for you. That's ASK to 350-350.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
No matter how well you provide for your family today, if you don't have life insurance, their future may be at risk. Think about what would happen if you were gone.
What's going on, Card
to
Rookie?
Pay the bills and face an uncertain future? They don't have to. You can help guarantee those you love $200,000, $500,000, $750,000 or more with life insurance through AIG Direct. We'll help you get more for your money, up to 70% more. For a free quote, call 1-800-300-3649. Just look, you could get $250,000 of term life coverage for as little as $14 a month. It's no wonder millions of people rely on AIG companies. The call is free, the quote is free, and there's no obligation. Make the future more secure for those you love. Call now so you can sleep better at night. For a free quote, call 1-800-300-3649. That's 1-800-300-3649. 1-800-300-3649.
This is Brock and Salk.
From the Alaska Airlines Studio.
Here are your hosts, Brock Eward and Mike Salk.
Tough one on Saturday night as Seahawks fall in Dallas. We're ready to talk to Coach Carroll about it right now.
Okay, with these guys now. Coach them up. Keep going.
The Pete Carroll Show. The first word from the Seahawks head coach every Monday at 9:30 with Brock and Salk.
That's exactly what you want.
Presented by Banner Bank on 710 ESPN Seattle.
Coach Carroll, good morning. What happened on Saturday?
Well, we didn't get it done, very obviously, and it was frustrating. It was we were ready to go. We played hard. We played tough. The guys were jacked up about the game and the opportunity, and being on the road didn't factor in. None of that stuff that could have, been a story today. But we didn't play as well as we needed to play up front. I think we asked too much of our guys. When you don't practice for a few weeks and you throw your guys out there with that kind of intensity and all, the guys just had to get their feet underneath them, and they penetrated a little bit, knocked the running game around, and it just slowed us up. We could have overcome that, but we didn't convert, and that was, I've told you the story so many times. It just is the way the game, you can feel the flow of it. When you don't get your third down wins, and you don't get the next try to do your play passes and to do your nakeds and to do the stuff that gives everything kind of the balance that you need. So it was a hard game for us up front. But as it went, we played so well on defense in this game. We were in the game the whole time, and we were there. And as these games do, they come down to a few plays that are just memorable and significant. And the third down penalties, when we had them stopped to get the ball back when we needed to, those were huge, and they're questionable, but there was something was going on. You could see why the guy called something, and it's not to complain about the officiating, but those were the plays. And then we really had that big third down and 14. We don't tackle him, and I don't know if you guys saw it, but Bobby kind of got shoved in the back right at the point of attack, and that's the tackle that we needed. He and B-Mac had a shot at him right there to make a field goal and then 6 points, and then we're going down and trying to win the game.
What happened on that play?
On the
3rd and 14.
They just ran a draw. We're laying out of there for, to make sure that they don't get to throw the ball down and make the first down, and we reacted back on the play, and both guys squeezed to make the tackle, and he dove through it. Bobby got shoved a little bit by the tight end, and he fell forward and didn't make the tackle that he always makes. It would have been an 8-yard play or something like that, and they kicked the field goal, and that would have been, adequate for the time. But he did a great job. He rocketed through his body in there and got away with that little sneaking through, and he makes a heck of a play, and so now the game changes.
Was there anything Dallas did up front defensively to stuff the run?
They did well. Yeah, they did jump around a bunch, and they took some chances up front that on this day you could see our guys were a little bit behind the quickness of it, and that was because of the practice, and it was unfortunate. We asked a lot of them, and Sweeze gave us everything he got. Fluke gave us everything he got, and he had on that night. But I think you could just see that we were just a hair behind the timing of it, and so the penetration was more, and we weren't getting the yards that we usually get.
They're fast.
Yeah, they're really quick. They're quick, and they play to their quickness. And on that night, with the way we went into that game, that they were able to take advantage of that.
So I was going to wait, but I might as well get right to it now.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because a lot of the narrative then, and I'm sure people that are on this side of it are screaming right now, like, well, Pete, yep, you asked too much. The guys are a little slow. Then throw the ball. Then get out of this run-first mentality.
Well,
get out of this run, pass, run, pass, run, pass.
I don't disagree with that. I wish we would have done something different, too. But we just go back. If you guys don't look at it like we look at it, maybe you do. Go back at this series. The second series, we have a nice little play-action screen pass. We lose 10 on the play, I don't even know if Chris caught that ball, but we lose 10 on the play. So that sequence is knocked back. And then the next time we try it again, and we don't get it, and we don't make our third down win. And so that's almost the half. We got the ball like one more time after that, and we're in the 2-minute situation. So that's all we got. And that means that they were holding the ball enough. They moved the ball enough to keep it away from us. Our third down conversions weren't there. We're 1 for 6 or 7 in the first half. That ain't enough. And so we didn't get our chances to get to our game plan. And that's just how it went. Interestingly, in the second half, I'm going ahead for you. In the second half, we get the field position change. We get the great punt. We get the ball backed up. We get the ball right in midfield. And we ran the ball 8 of 9 plays right there. And I don't know if anybody realized that, but we controlled the ball going down there. We were 4 down on it because of the field goal thing. I don't know if you guys could see, it was kick into that, and it worked out fine to get us a nice score, and we're ahead 14-10. Okay, well, now we need to hold them and stop them, and we didn't get that done. And so it's a good tight game. It was that kind of game. I thought Russ threw the ball fine for the game, except for we didn't convert the third down. So we got to make those wins, that's the way this one goes. It's unfortunate.
As you're watching that game from the sideline and invested in it and coaching in it, did it feel like most of your games where you're just expecting it to come down to a play or two at the end of the game?
Yeah, it did feel like that kind of game, and I was fine about that. I know not everybody likes to hear that, but I was fine about that because we were doing well on defense, and it was a game that was, you know, was highly contested, and I felt like we were in control to catch it and win it. And particularly when we went ahead and the way we did it, I thought we were ready to go ahead and take the game over. And then they had their couple sequences, and it was the difference.
Did not having your field goal kicker change any of that at the end, where you couldn't play to win a game with a field goal necessarily at the end? Does that go into your thinking and how that?
It was totally in the thinking. As soon as he pulls his hammy, that we had to adjust. And so Mike, you know, we went into the whole thing with Mike to get him ready to go. We were going to, if we needed to kick the ball, we were going to use him. I mean, say it's a situation that wasn't worth going for on fourth down.
Would it have been a drop kick field goal?
No.
He would have regular field.
Yeah.
Do you think he's better at that?
Well, the timing is the timing and the distance of the snap and stuff is so drastically different. He's got to be back about 10 yards back there to do the drop kick thing, and we've worked on that, but we weren't real confident in it because of the protection issue. And so if you can't get the kickoff, what good is it? You know, so he was ready to kick the ball from place kick, and that's not something that he's really good at, but that's what we would have done had we needed it. But we were already, you know, the mode happened immediately that we were going to be in a two-point mode, and we were going to be in an opportunity to go for it on fourth down as opposed to just kicking a normal field goal situation. And we played right through it. It worked out. It was, you know, by the skin of our teeth hitting Doug on the fourth down play on an unbelievable throw and catch, you know. But we did convert it. We got down the field and we were ready to do that.
Just to satisfy my curiosity, if you had stopped them on 3rd and 14 and they kick a field goal and you're down 6 and you march down the field and you score as time expires and it's now tied.
We're going for 2.
You're going for 2.
Yeah, we're going for 2.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, no, it would have been great. And we were ready to do it, and that was just the best way to do it. You know, I go back to the 2-point conversions are about 50%. There's like 47-9 or 48 or something like that. So, you know, with a guy who's never kicked one before, I'd rather go and the ball off. And we did great in the 2-point situations, and we were good down in there. So,
was there any more run game you feel like you could have got to?
Yeah, there was a couple things. Yeah, there were a couple things that we wanted to get to that were part of the plan that just didn't, you know, we just didn't get around to. We didn't have enough plays.
How do you feel about your coaching staff coming out of the season?
Oh, I thought the guys did a great job. And I thought they did a great job because of the connection with their players. The mentality of this team is in such a great place. The way they respond, the way that they practice every day and bring their attitude every day, the connection there is so valuable. It's more important than a whole lot of other stuff. We're good tactically anyway. We know what we're doing. We know how we're trying to get this done. We've got a real good mode. You could see when we got knocked out of running the ball the way we wanted to, we weren't the way we wanted to be. And that was, we have a way and a style, and we have to adjust a little bit quicker. I agree with that. I wish we would have made some more plays in the throwing game that would have offset and just changed the field position.
You understand that Brian Schottenheimer's coming under a lot of fire today.
Yeah, I think that's what you guys do. You know, this on the talk show stuff or whatever. That's a bunch of garbage. What a terrific football season we had. This was the 2nd highest scoring team in the history of the franchise, I think. Come on. And we outran everybody, and we did not turn the ball. We almost set an all-time NFL record for fewest turnovers in the season. That's discipline and tactics and approach and all that. I get it. Everybody feels bad about it. Brian's a hell of a coach, and he does a great job. He did a great job with our guys throughout the season, and will continue to. So,
if I would have told,
I'm sorry that they feel that way, but we needed to execute better.
Well, and I guess, you know, just some of that, and you've spoken to it, is just where is that line between this style and this is who we are and what we're going to be, and we're going to run it for 160 yards a game as you've done on this season. I think a record-setting year for a franchise running the football as well here. When it comes up against a Dallas or it comes up against a Carolina, can it evolve?
Of course it can. You've already seen it. I mean, it just didn't happen. That's all. It didn't happen in this game enough to make it work. But remember, was it Carolina when we threw for 3 whatever? We did what we needed to do. In this game, we just didn't convert enough to get our shots. And then the game was close enough. We were in the football game. You know, it's that kind of a day that we had to live through. And I'm sorry that it worked out that way. But I love our team. I love the way we play. I love our attitude. I love our approach. I love what's going on with it. And the balance that we create by being able to run the football like that so that we can throw the ball like Russ is so capable of doing is there for us. And we just needed it. In this day, it just didn't happen.
How about them rushing for 160?
Yeah, well, there was the big 40-something yard play, and whatever that, what was the gain on the quarterback run? Those are two huge plays in this game. So those are big ones. We played the running game very well in general. He's good. He falls forward, man. He on 2 and 3 yard plays, he makes 4 and 5s, and he just does it by throwing his body. That's why he's the best guy in the NFL. You can see why. But we played him really well, except for we made an enormous error on the bounce out play on the 3rd and 1. The same kind of play that we stopped play after play after play during the game. That was just we were in dime. It was 3rd and 1.5, and we played a man-to-man call, and the young corner had to see that situation and play that, play the leverage properly, and he would see it. So the ball bounced on us.
As you start to think forward now, what's your off-season priority?
Well, we just got to get back to business. We got to do a really good evaluation and figure all this stuff out and make all the determinations that everybody wants us to make, so we can see how to fix things up and balance things. I want to make sure that we take off from where we ended up. We really had a good surge at the end of the season. We know what we're trying to get done. We like our young guys. They have to develop. We got to make sure we bring them forward and they get better, and they do show the natural kind of evolution that young guys from year 1 to year 2 make. Some of our guys who were with us for our first year to our second year, those guys will make a big jump too. I think we have everything's in line for us. We need to make this a really competitive roster. We need everybody to fight for their positions and battle their way back and get better. Master the things that we're trying to master, and just continue to improve. We know there's some areas that we got to deal with, but we have a lot of depth. We have guys coming back. I can't wait to see Dinsley come back. Can't wait to see CJ come back. Where's he going to fit in, and what can he contribute? There's guys across the board. Might like to see Michael Kendrick come back to us and see what he adds in. We've got some really good young kids. Rasheem Green, how can he add? Puna's going to be a bigger factor next year. There's a lot of real positive things. The corners, the DBs, the safeties, all of those spots are all going to be have a chance to improve. We need to enhance that growth and really make sure that
you hit on this a number of times yesterday, and I couldn't help but after watching the post game with the J.R. Sweezies, J.R. Sweezy said this was his best year of football he's ever had. It was the most fun he's ever had. I think the reporter's like, well, you won a Super Bowl in 2013. He didn't hesitate. He said, no, this group here, just to a man in the way they work, this was the most fun that he ever had. Why did this group, from your perspective, gel in that kind of way?
Well, I think it was the chemistry and the leadership was really ready to go in a real positive, supportive, let's go for it together kind of mentality. We saw it all the way back in the start of the offseason, and you could just tell there was that kind of vibe that had a chance, and I think we did a really good job of keeping our offense and our defense connected, throughout. They had the connection that you like to see on the team that I don't think was always as good as it is now, and I think there was just more reliance on one another and understanding of that, and that was really cool, and that gives you a chance to be really good. This is a very special team. This is a team that can win championships. This is that kind of team. It's just going to take us some time to grow into it. Maybe we can make this transition right now. That's what the idea is. We're doing it right now. And so there's no reason to wait. There's no reason to postpone. There's no reason. It's going to take some years of seasoning, but we'll see. We'll see. We got to go out and go about it.
From your years of experience, it's interesting. You talk about that dynamic between offense and defense. Probably what I hear on the road the most, teams that are really close just have that kind of dynamic. Where does credit go? Who deserves some of that credit for not just bringing both sides together in that way?
I think it has to do with the leadership, and that's the leadership, not just the players, it's the coaches too. They lead their groups every day for 7 months straight. They're going after it and keeping the chemistry right and the mentality, the language, the conversation, continuing to teach guys how to be good teammates and draw that out of them. I think that's it's prevalent. It's all across the board here, and I'm really fired to be part of it.
I think one of the big conversations outside the building, and I'm imagining inside the building, will be a contract for Russell Wilson this offseason. Generally, franchise quarterbacks going into the final year of their deal, it's an opportunity to sign them. There's a group of people out there who don't believe it makes sense to pay top money for a quarterback in a scheme where you're going to be as balanced as yours is. How do you feel about all of that?
I don't think they understand. Whoever's saying that, they don't get it. Russell's a great player. He's a fantastic player. He just had an incredible season. How many guys could throw that many touchdown passes and that many attempts? Be that efficient, that clean. He's one of a kind. He's an incredible football player.
Well,
that is at hand. You know, we'll be talking about all that stuff during this offseason.
I agree with you, and I want to speak for the group out there, though, because I think what they would argue is, yes, all of those things are true, but at $30 million or so, could you get someone else to do a lot of that, to hand the ball off, to come with a couple plays a game and spend the $30 million elsewhere?
Mike, I think that you guys could help the narrative here about to say that to run the football means that you don't have to have a good quarterback, or you know that you're just running the ball. We are so enamored with these other numbers that everybody wants to cheerlead about. Let's win football games. Let's play good winning style and show the consistency and show the ability to play a great ball all the way across the board. Offense, defense, games, the whole thing that it takes to play a great season and get a great championship run going. And that management of that instrumental part of the quarterback position is just as important on our team as it is on any other team.
Oh, what's going on, everybody?
Diminished because of
how's everybody's morning going?
Explosive plays and the touchdowns to
Got
continue
a few
to
people on
be at the
YouTube,
top
few
of the,
people on
the chart.
Breakers.
When you're like that, you're really hard to beat, and so that's what we'll continue to do. Like we said, I think we only had 6 explosives in this game, which I think they had too. But in the second half of the season, when we really got ginning, we were on the best at getting big plays. That's how it works, and his touchdowns were all over the board. I mean, it was great. So that's okay.
See,
there's all kinds of opinion. I don't worry about that.
I like you digging into some of those numbers. And, you know, now that the season's ended, you know, to a degree, is there an opportunity to help enhance some of that narrative of how much analytics and stats do play a role in what you guys do?
Well, yeah, it's a big deal now. I mean, the analytics of the turnover thing, taking care of the football and getting it. We led the NFL in turnover ratio. That's a fantastic stat. It's part of the reason that we're successful, and it will be part of the reason we're consistent. It will consistently be at the head of the class, and that's what we need to keep working at. That's great football. Running the ball is great football, and playing off of that. If you don't take advantage of it, and you're in your a little short game passing game, you're not banking on the whole value. We have to throw the ball down the field and explode, and get all those touchdown passes and all those big plays, and to make it all work together. We get that. That's what we're going to do and continue to do, and we'll find guys that continue to, get in position to make those kinds of plays for us.
What's the toughest challenge ahead for this group?
The toughest challenge, I think, is to develop the mentality that it takes to be great. And I'm talking for every player. Figure out what he can do to master his position. We left this building talking about the mastery of your own spot and what it takes to dive in, to figure out how you can grow as a player in your awareness and your mentality, your approach, your development on and off the field, all of those things that allow you to grow, become the great performer that you have in you. And that's what's going to make a difference. And how that will show itself is in decision making and the experience of the right positioning and tactics that apply to the situations that come from the savvy and the understanding that we can develop. So it's all of that stuff. We have a lot of the elements coming back. We're in great shape coming back. We can't wait to get started again. I hope our fans are fired up about this. Is going to be a terrific team over the next bundle of years here, and we're going to have a chance to do some great stuff. But the challenge will be how far can we grow as individual players, and then as the position groups as they grow together.
You got some difficult decisions to make on players that are now free agents, obviously, and that list probably starts with Frank Clark, who just had a monster year. What does the offseason conversation look like with Frank?
Well, as we always tell you, it's always difficult. This is always a tough time of year to figure out how we can go ahead and keep going and keep everybody together and all of that. We have a very disciplined, mapped out plan for how we're going about, in particular the guys that are on this roster right now. We have a way to do it. It's going to take us some time to get through it. We've been talking to Frank's people for some time now. We've been negotiating for some time, and with Ernest, he had a great year. I've said to you tons of times, not only did he have a great year on the field, he had a terrific year developing off the field, and has become really a complete factor on this team and a leader and all of that. So we're hoping, we plan on Frank playing with us. We don't want to lose him, and so we have to figure out how to do it. This is a big business part of the year, and we got a lot of stuff that we got to work on. But we have all of the tools to get that done.
You feel more comfortable saying that about him now than you did a year ago?
There's no question. Yeah, I just watched Frank emerge, emotionally and his maturity and his leadership qualities and his language and everything about him. He became a fantastic member of this club.
You've said challenge a couple times. Could Mike and I have come in and done our radio show today with the challenge of JR's broken foot? Like, do you think we could do a radio show, let alone what he did?
You may have been out there with a little blankie or something. I don't think you would have done it, but you're QB, man.
Yes.
I don't know what kind of quarterback you are, really.
It's the kind that got hurt a lot.
I got hurt a lot.
That's what I heard. So.
How did he do that?
I don't know. He really, he just did it, you know, and to his, you know, I get caught up in it too, man. He wants to come back and play, and I want him to do it. And he had that look in his eye. He was ready to go and all through the week. He was telling me, I'm going to do it. I can do it. I can get back. He wasn't supposed to be back, you know. There's something wrong with his foot, you know. It's going to take him a long time before that goes away. But he did it, and he played his tail off. And you just got to give him all the love and credit in the world. He's a great Seahawk.
You talk about tough guys. Doug Baldwin's going to be right near the top of that list. Where's Doug at right now?
I think Doug finished really well. I think he came on again. You look at his list of MRIs. I mean, he's still got stuff that's unsolved. You know, he just played through it and went for it and did a great job and made incredible plays down the stretch. I thought he had a great finish to the season.
Does the world now know that Tyler Lockett's one of the best receivers in the league?
Wow, isn't he something? He's really just the consistency of his excellence. I mean, he does things so well. Do you see the big? If you go back and look at the route, the gorgeous route he runs on the last one to put us in the field position. I mean, it's the timing and the rhythm of it. He just left Jones sitting there and in a situation where you're supposed to be playing the deep ball and know the ball's coming, he just froze him and stuck him and he did stuff. The other catch he makes, is a ridiculous catch, So he's a great player, and his return too. His factor in the return game, his consistency and his reliability back there, making the decisions and all, phenomenal.
He's probably to your point of mastering, right? You talk about mastering your craft of what he has done in his growth.
Look at the another great number is that pass efficiency number between him and Russ. I guess it was been done one time before in the history or whatever.
Perfect.
Yeah. He had a perfect season. Look what he did. He threw a couple balls his way. He caught everything again. He just, won up that one. So, amazing. So, it's great to see. It is. It's an illustration. Can I tell you something about the story here? We talked about it yesterday and showed on film an illustration of mastery and to show them what it looks like in just one illustration of the thousands of chances that the guys have with what KJ did, the KJ's interception, and showed him this exact play that happened against the Cardinals for a touchdown that Larry catches. It's exactly the same play. And they whipped us again on the fool the corner again, and KJ almost got to the play in the Cardinals game. This time he saw it. This time he didn't just cover it, he picked it off. I mean, it was an unbelievable awareness. It's not his job. That's not his job to do, but he had such presence to understand, and it was similar place on the field, and he used all of those elements to make that decision. And it was just such a great example of a guy and where guys can become, in their growth as players. How you can use all of those tools and all of those, the factors to make decisions and to make great plays. It was amazing.
Could you turn on the TV and watch the ball yesterday?
Huh?
Were you able to watch ball yesterday or no?
Yeah, I did watch the end of the game and the kick and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Saw a few things, but I'm not really up for watching ball right now. But I'm anxious to watch the Rams play. I want to see how they look. And it seems like they kind of went quiet for a while. I'm kind of anxious to see them come back to life and see what they look like. And I'm anxious to see how it turns out. I'll get back into it. It was a bad weekend.
Could that Dallas team do some damage in this postseason?
You gotta wait and see.
Are you gonna go quiet on us again? Like last year, this thing ended, and then you went into the underground bunker for 2 months. Like we couldn't even know if you were around. Are you gonna be as quiet with us, or
you gotta give me a call now and then.
Okay.
You text Pearson once in a while. You can text me.
I'll get your digits after this ends.
No, I'm not giving you those.
Part for the best.
Yeah.
Coach, thank you. It really was a fun season. We appreciate all of these talks, all these conversations with you. I think we learned a lot about football. I think our listeners learn a lot about the game and about how you think about the game. So we really do enjoy doing this Pete Carroll show with you every single week. Obviously, the Saturday night was a huge bummer for everybody. I'm sure for you as much as anyone else. But yeah, I think I think as mad as fans may be for a couple of days, I think you're absolutely right in terms of the direction of where this is going.
I hope so. I hope they'll sense that when they come back around, like we all have to do. But I'm with you. I'm so disappointed we're not still playing. This team could keep going. We could keep rolling, and unfortunately, this is not this time. But we'll get back at it. They're going to come back raring to go now. I hope the 12s will understand. They have connected. They feel them. They know about the fun of this group, and it's going to be one that's going to be really a great group to follow.
All right, there you have it. That's Coach Carroll wrapping up the Seahawks playoff loss and wrapping up the season as well. We'll be back to talk a whole lot more about it tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Until then, the hay
is in the barn.
See everybody.
Get to the chopper!
Brock and Solve.
Weekdays 7 to 10.
If you feel better because you feel like there's just one problem and it could be fixed and it could be resolved, God bless you. I don't feel that way. You ran for 160 yards a game and you were the best at it. Dallas out-hit you. They outperformed you in that phase of it. Maybe that's why I wasn't sick to my stomach. Like after that Atlanta Falcons game in 2012 where I was like puking in the neighborhood. You didn't give Russell the opportunity down 6 to go win that game that I firmly believe he would have done.
Brock and Solve. Every morning at 7.
The commercial banking team at Banner Bank listens, learns, and works hard to help you navigate the challenges and opportunities unique to your business. With Banner, you'll work with local experts who are dedicated to providing the customized solutions and local decision-making you need to succeed so your business can grow and thrive. Visit one of Banner Bank's many locations throughout the West or find us at bannerbank.com. Banner Bank. Let's create tomorrow together. Banner Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
FAST is the nation's largest gig speed network. Beyond FAST is starting the new year right. Switch to Comcast Business and get any internet speed and add voice for just $24.95 more per month for 2 years. Call 1-800-501-6000 or visit ComcastBusiness.com and learn how we can help your business go beyond FAST this year. Plus, every day in January, you can also enter for a chance to win $10,000 in the Comcast Business Fast Start event. Think of what you could do with 10 grand. Buy new devices for your sales team, upgrade your Wi-Fi network, finally replace that conference calling system. Visit ComcastBusiness10ksweeps.com and enter for your chance to win. Comcast Business, beyond fast.
No purchase necessary. Ends on 1/31/19. Open to legal residents of the 50 U.S. and D.C. who are legal age and majority and at least 18 as of date of entry. For official rules, visit ComcastBusiness10ksweeps.com/official-rules. Offer ends 1/31/19. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Limited to one voice line and available only to new Comcast Business customers. Early termination fee applies. Requires Comcast Business Internet. Additional monthly charge, equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change.
Hey, it's Don O'Neill here. You know, going into 2019, most of us have some of the same New Year's resolutions. You want to eat healthier, you want to lose weight, you want to improve your physical appearance. However, some of us guys, we look in the mirror, we see a receding hairline, and the fact is that we are going bald, but we want to change that. So what's the answer? Listen, no one plans on going bald or losing their hair, but guess what? It happens. It affects your life. And in fact, according to national studies, nothing, not even weight loss, will make you look more youthful than an attractive, fuller head of hair. I personally had a spot that bothered me for years, so I did something about it. It's a dime-sized spot right on my head. The solution? It was Advanced Hair. It's a simple breakthrough. It's a one-day treatment with Advanced Hair, and this new process is amazing. Patients fly in from all over the world, and all you have to do is drive to Bellevue. And right now, for a limited time, get $500 off. That's an incredible deal. Call them at 425-449-8185 for your free no-cost consultation or schedule online at advancehair.com. That's advancehair.com.
Are you ready for Seattle University Redhawks basketball? You better be.
Graz here alongside Coach Jim Hayford. Hey, Coach, why did you folks come to the Redhawks games?
Because we got great, exciting, high-scoring Division I basketball for you at the Redhawks Center, and our timeouts have great Seattle grunge music played.
Are you ready for the best sports value in Seattle? Are you ready for Seattle's team? For the closest action in D1 basketball, get Redhawks single game tickets now at GoSeattleU.com.
I weighed 329 pounds. I was a heart attack waiting to happen. I got Ender 400. It makes me not so hungry. I started noticing more energy. I noticed my belly was starting to shrink up. I started seeing weight come off. 80-some pounds. I went from 330 to 245. For a 56-year-old guy to lose that much weight, it took something, brother. I feel great. I feel like I was when I was 35 years old.
That was Ruben.
Now listen to what Josh says about Andro 400.
Well, I'll tell you, man, that stuff really works. It was insane. I've heard the commercials, for a decade. I was like, I'm just going to try it. My pants are, like, falling off. It really worked. I bought suits last year for my new job, and they're falling off of me. It's insane.
Guys, if you want to lose belly fat, gain energy, strength, and muscle, and look and feel years younger, try Andro 400, the safe, natural, and affordable way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. That's 888-400-0435. Andro400.com.
Phil Mitchell, Sunset Auto Family. Hey, I've never seen so many beautiful pre-owned vehicles. What's going on?
That's right, Rich. We've got one of the best selection we've ever had with used vehicles. We always have between 500 and 600 vehicles in stock.
And most of these have warranty protection for life, right?
You know, Rich, we put our vehicles through a 150-point safety inspection, and not all of them make it. They have to be a very special vehicle to get warranty protection for life. And you know what we do with the other ones? We sell them to those other guys. They put them out there for sale, and they sell them to the public.
So, Phil, why would anyone get a used vehicle without warranty protection for life?
Good question, Rich. I don't know. If I was looking for a vehicle, I'd want to be covered. You're going to be protected by the dealer.
Sunset Chevrolet, Sunset Ford of Sumner, Sunset Kia, and Sunset Mitsubishi of Auburn. The Sunset Auto Family. A dock fee up to $150 may be added to the sale price. Get warranty protection for life.
The Sunset Auto Family.
Visit us online at sunsetautofamily.com.
710 KIRO AM Seattle, KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma, streaming live on the 710 Sports app. The voice of Seattle sports. 710 ESPN Seattle. John Clayton.
Powered through the Alaska Airlines Studios.
Streaming live at 710sports.com. On demand everywhere on the 710 Seattle Sports app. Now, Sean Clayton.
And, of course, you're going to be hearing a lot of Pete Carroll because he's going to be having his press conference, season-ending press conference at 11. You just heard him for the last half hour talking about a season that ended in disappointment, but still a great season nonetheless. And so the Seahawks lose 24-22 to the Dallas Cowboys, and some unfair criticism going around that we'll get into, because I'm glad that Pete addressed it too, because all the people that are criticizing Brian Schottenheimer, sure, like anything else, you can make some different calls and you can do some different things, but you know, the character of this team was running the football, and that's what it tried to do. The Cowboys are better than people think as far as their ability to stop the run, and so it worked out that, and again, you know, as I kept saying all year long, this is not a Super Bowl team. I mean, it's a team that certainly can compete. It's a team that I thought was going to win 9 or 10 games. I thought, as it showed in the game on Saturday night, it could possibly be able to, you know, win the playoff game. It just was a loss. And so we'll get into that with the 5 biggest stories of the day in the top 5, brought to you by Eastside Funding.
Number 1.
It was a hard game for us up front. But as it meant, we played so well on defense in this game. We were in the game the whole time, and we were there. And as these games do, they come down to a few plays that are just memorable and significant. And the third down penalties, when we were had them stopped to get the ball back when we needed to, those were huge, and they're questionable. But there was something was going on. You could see why the guy called something. And it's not to complain about the officiating, but those were the plays. And then we really had the big third down and 14. You know. We don't tackle him, you know, and I don't know if you guys saw it, but Bobby kind of got shoved in the back right at the point of attack, and that's the tackle that we needed. He and B-Mac had a shot at him right there to make the field goal, and then 6 points, and then we're going back to the game.
So that kind of summed it up, and again, I think where everybody's kind of pointing, and I don't know what it is in this town and every town, but they always want to pin it on one person. I mean, certainly you can say the Darrell Bevel pay was painful back in the Super Bowl when they lost to New England. Okay, pin it on him on that. You cannot pin anything on Brian Schottenheimer. We'll get into all this stuff because, again, what happens is Dallas did a good job stopping the run. You know, they didn't have Malik Collins in the first game because of injury, and he played a huge game. They were shooting the gaps and all that, and so the rushing attack was held up. where Rashad Penny and Michael Davis and Chris Carson had 59 yards combined. But again, the philosophy for this team is to run the football, and the running of the football opens up the big plays and the pass plays. Tyler Lockett came up with big catches, 4 catches for 120 yards, 30 yards a catch, and what a season he's had. And the defense, it did a good job, but the killer was giving up 2 touchdown drives in the fourth quarter of over 60 yards. That was the difference in the game. I mean, as Pete Carroll brought up, the 2 penalties in that second drive for the touchdown drive. The fact that they were able to get the big play on the 3rd and 14 with Dak Prescott making that key run. I mean, hey, sometimes you can say the Seahawks lost the game. In this game, you can say the Cowboys won the game. And they won the game with the ability to make some bigger plays down the stretch. And still, the team was close enough to be able to do it. They had a 6-play, 75-yard drive in 50 seconds, and they got the 2-point attempt. But the big thing is when you look at it, the Seahawks, maybe it would have been nice if they could have got a bigger lead early, because if they would have been up by 10 to 14 points, it would have been very difficult for the Cowboys to come back. The fact that they didn't really goes to the slow start that they had, and of course part of that slow start had to be the fact that their 2 starting guards were still a little bit out of sync. I mean, they did well. I mean, J.R. Sweezy played with a broken foot, and we'll hear from him. But overall, it was just a game that as you get into the playoffs and you lose on the road, those things happen. That's why the key is this offseason to get this team better, get to 12 wins, and try to get home games as opposed to road games in the wild card.
Number 2.
Oh, absolutely. Look out. Yeah, this team is, we've got everything we need. We've got all the pieces. You got all the right mindsets, the personalities, the everything. It's just, we're a young team. And with that time comes progression, comes growth, comes learning, even in the hard situations. And this team will be better because of it.
And that's Doug Baldwin saying to watch out for this team next year. And so there's 14 free agents and a lot of tough decisions. And you'd have to think that, some people were thinking this is going to be the last year for Doug Baldwin. It's like, why would you do that? Why would you try to create a position of, letting your 1 or 2 best receivers go? And when you already have him under contract, they need to keep Doug Baldwin because, sure, he had an injury-filled season. Sure, he is getting older, but he's so valuable for this team in so many ways. His ability to get open for Russell Wilson, his ability to lead and help develop the young players on the team. I mean, the great success of Tyler Lockett has to go in part with what Doug Baldwin helped him with. But some of the decisions, and some we just don't know. What do you do with J.R. Sweezy, who played brilliantly? I mean, did the best he can. I know Pro Football Focus said despite his injury, didn't allow a quarterback pressure. And then DJ Fluker, who means so much to the power running game. Can they re-sign them? It has to be at the right price, but they need to try to see if they can keep him, because until they can develop some more young guards, I mean, these 2 guards are good. It's going to be interesting to see on KJ Wright. I was kind of going over some numbers, because I think KJ showed his value toward the end of the season with his ability to just make plays and do different things. But I go back to Thomas Davis. Thomas Davis plays very similarly for Carolina, and he was a couple years ago able to get a 2-year, $18 million contract. The question is, can they afford, with the injuries and age and all that stuff, to give KJ $9 to $10 million? That's going to be a debate. Looks like they're probably going to be in need for a new kicker because Sebastian Janikowski, really injured so much at the end of the season, and so they had to have Michael Dixon out there trying to make kicks. Overall, though, it was a great season. We'll keep you up to date on all the future moves, the possible moves, and what they might do. The cap situation, $65 million under the cap. Hey, stay tuned. It's going to be an interesting offseason and a good team.
Number 3.
43-yard attempt from the right hash mark. And he hits the upright again. That's impossible. And the Eagles run out into the field, and there's still 5 seconds. So they've got to get back.
Well, what an incredible weekend of football. But Cody Parkey, for the 6th time this year, believe it or not, 6 times, hits the upright, and this was a double doink on what would have been the game-winning kick in what a great football game as the Eagles advance with Nick Foles 16-15 and now continue their series. That was huge. And then, of course, you had the Colts being the one dominant team going out there getting a 21-7 victory in Houston thanks to Andrew Luck and improved defense. Boy, they're looking good right now, and they very well could go into Kansas City and pull that upset there. Ravens just being dominated 20-3. Didn't take out Lamar Jackson. What they stayed with is Lamar Jackson. They got to come back to the end, but it was going to be too late. Chargers advanced 23-17. So that means the Chargers take on the Patriots at 10 a.m. on Sunday. Of course, you have the Saints taking on the Eagles on 1:40 on Sunday. The Cowboys and the Rams game I will go to at 5:15 on Saturday night. And, of course, Kansas City and Indianapolis. In Kansas City, that's the early game Saturday.
Number 4.
Thanks to a big night from Jalen Noel and David Crisp, the UW men's basketball team beat Washington State 85-67 on Saturday.
And so that's continued success for the Washington Huskies as they get to 10-4 and open up with Pac-12 play, and get there with 26 points for Washington State's C.J. Ellaby and 10 rebounds, but they couldn't do it, and they just were not able to hang with the Huskies, who now, see they have an interesting season. Noel had 20 points and 8 rebounds. David Christian in there with 23 points and 3 rebounds. So now, next up is going to be Utah. That's going to be on Thursday. So interesting season right now for the Huskies. Boy, you talk about a team that's rebounded. Good season last year. It looks like a better season this year.
Number 5.
We're the 2 winningest teams in the country the last probably 9 years in college football. And I think there's a tremendous amount of respect because they won't go away and we won't go away. Somebody said, has this become a rivalry? I'm like, well, I think we got to win a few more times for it to be a rivalry.
Yeah, and of course, you look at it, it's almost a repeat, and I guess that's one of the things in the championship games and in this Big Four. You have 3 teams pretty much always in there, and this is going to be the 4th straight time that they're going to be meeting somewhere in a national championship game. Alabama being number 1, averaging 47.7 points a game. Clemson, number 2 at 44.3 points a game. But Clemson has a freshman quarterback. You got a great quarterback for Alabama, actually 2 great quarterbacks. So you figure Alabama has the advantage. That was, by the way, the voice of Dabo Swinney, the head coach. The last 2 title games between the teams have been dictated by a combined 9 points. That's how they've been very close. And so we'll be able to talk to Yogi Roth and get a preview of the national championship game. Boy, you talk about something that's kind of behind the scenes with everybody concentrating on the playoffs. A lot of people outside of Seattle forgetting Alabama takes on Clemson. But a big football game. Yogi Roth joining us at 10:30. Hey, listen to my sports show here on the 710 app. It's driven by your Puget Sound Acura dealers. It's coming up next. We're going to go under further review, and we're going to get into the criticism of this offense. Did they run the ball enough, or what was going on? Should they have gone more creative in the past? We'll catch up with that under further review coming up next. It's the John Clayton Show, 710 ESPN Seattle.
Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 7 to 10.
The narrative seems to be that Brian Schottenheimer is responsible for what happened in this game, and I'm sorry, I don't see it that way. If you have watched them go 10-6 in a year that some predicted them to go 4-12, almost exclusively because of their commitment to the run game, and then said that in the biggest moment of the year, they should go to their slider instead of their fastball? Why?
Brock and Salk, every morning at 7 on 710 ESPN Seattle.
Sausage McMuffin with egg, sausage McMuffin with egg. Egg McMuffin, egg McMuffin. 2 for $5, 2 for $5. Wake up, it's time for breakfast at McDonald's. Mix and match your favorite breakfast sandwiches right now for just $5. Get 2 savory sausage McMuffin with egg sandwiches, or 2 classic egg McMuffin sandwiches, or 1 of each. Dreams do come true. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Limited time only. Single item at regular price.
Russell Peters, live, Deported World Tour, February 10th at the Paramount.
Swearing is a release of toxins. It's like holding in a fart. It hurts.
Russell Peters.
I'd really like to see the Taj Mahal. My dad rolled up on me like a gangster. Why do you want to see it so bad? Huh? Who's going about the Taj Mahal?
Reserve seat tickets are on sale now, online at stgpresents.org. Produced by STG Presents.
Shake, rattle, and roll with Donnie Edwards as Elvis, live at Muckleshoot Casino. 6 exciting nights inside Club Galaxy, Tuesday, January 15th through Sunday, January 20th at 8 p.m. Featuring live performances of songs throughout Elvis's legendary career. Visit MuckleshootCasino.com for ticket information. Don't miss this authentic heart and soul tribute concert to The King with Donnie Edwards, January 15th through the 20th. Muckleshoot Casino, the biggest and best in the Northwest.
Okay, here's the deal.
You're a freelancer, a hired hand, a self-made, self-owned business of one. Whether you're a contractor, creative director, or consultant, you're the boss. And that makes things easy. Unless, of course, you're trying to get a mortgage. When it comes to qualifying for a cash-out refi, gig economy workers come with more obstacles, more complexities, and more stress, right? Wrong. Dial 855-875-CASH, and one of our cash-out mortgage specialists will help you qualify for the lowest interest loan possible, regardless of your source of income. It's the easiest call you'll make all day. That's 855-875-CASH. Make the cash call today. First Mortgages, Impact Mortgage Group, DBA Cash Call Mortgage, 19500 Jamboree Road, Irvine, California, 92612, NMLS 128231. Equal housing lender, not licensed in all states, including New York. Call 855-657-9910 for licensing terms and restrictions. Again, that's 855-875-CASH. Make the cash call today.
Message and data rates may apply. Individual results may vary. See website for details.
But hey, I'm buying a huge flat screen TV so I can finally see it without my glasses.
Why not just get LASIK at the LASIK Vision Institute? That's what I'm doing.
My glasses and contacts are a pain. I'd love to finally get rid of these, but who can afford LASIK?
You can, because the LASIK Vision Institute is offering dramatically low prices, as low as $220 per eye with an absolutely free consultation. Text ASK to 350-350. The LASIK Vision Institute has already performed over 1 million procedures. They use advanced FDA-approved LASIK technology that helps the majority of patients achieve 20/20 vision for a fraction of what others charge. Better vision, better value. The LASIK Vision Institute. Make this the year you finally get LASIK for as low as $220 per eye. Text ASK to 350-350. You'll see for free if LASIK is right for you. That's ASK to 350-350.
Welcome back, Amp.
Silver Spur Resort, acreage properties, minutes from
Did you
Chelan,
get any
300
teams?
days of sun. Tide, tell us more.
Included is the Yellowstone-inspired Owner's Lodge, pool, hot tub, sport courts, and miles of recreational trails. Acreage properties start at only $79,000.
Or a custom cabin package on acreage for only $189,000. These will go fast. Call today. Make your reservation. Call 800-422-6009. SilverSpurResort.com. 800-422-6009.
Can't use your timeshare? Can't sell it or give it away? Call Timeshare Exit Team. They'll get you out. Call 844-976-EXIT.
Did you get any luck there,
Sean
Amp?
Clayton.
Powered through the Alaska Airlines Studios.
On demand with the 710 Seattle Sports app.
Under full review with John Clayton.
We'll review the play. And, of course, under further review, we'll break down the game with the 24-22 loss. And, I'm going to go straight to it. I mean, the criticism of Brian Schottenheimer in this regard is absolutely ridiculous. And the reason it's ridiculous is because, hey, listen, understand Dallas is pretty good. Last I checked out, they're a much better team now on defense. It's all come together. They're a top 5 defense, and they're really good on the defensive line. And so you're going against now a defense that wasn't as good in week 3 and trying to face it. You're on the road. The crowd noise was, they did have home field advantage for the first time. I've been down there and see it. And then, of course, what ends up happening is they go 3 and outs. And, of course, what they're saying is they needed to pass the ball. Well, let's go through the 3 and outs. All right, so they get a 5-yard run in the first play by Chris Carson for a 2nd and 5 and another 3, setting up a 3rd and 2. So they didn't get to completion. All right, so that didn't work out. Then you want to be, here's your creative nature. You come out and you get the screen pass over to Chris Carson, who was blown up for an 8-yard loss, and against that defense and the way they were rushing, they didn't get the first down there. Then they come out, they get the 4 yards, they get the win on first down with 2 minutes left in the first quarter, and then they get no gain. And so, yeah, maybe there's an instance there where you wanted to be creative and throw the ball, but this team won because they were successful running the football, and then it opens up to play-action passes. But to be able to run, you need to get the first downs. They didn't do it. They were 3 for, 12 in first downs. And I know the Pete Carroll was saying that, sure, they struggled up front because of some of the guard situation.
But we didn't play as well as we needed to play up front. I think we asked too much of our guys in that. When you don't practice for a few weeks and you throw your guys out there with that kind of intensity and all, the guys just had to get their feet underneath them, and they penetrated a little bit, knocked the running game around, and it just slowed us up. We could have overcome that, but we didn't convert. And that was, I've told you the story so many times. It's just the way the game. You can feel the flow of it. When you don't get your 3rd down wins, then you don't get the next try to do your play passes and to do your nakeds and to do the stuff that gives everything the balance that you need.
And so that's the thing. Okay, so now you have DJ Fluker, who's missed a lot of practice because of the hamstring injury, and J.R. Sweezy playing with a broken bone in his foot, and they struggled a little bit, and that's, and it's a slow start. And again, you can see the way this team works. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And of course, they were starting to be able to move the football. Remember, this is an offense, and in the second half of the season, had 8 games and scored 240 points, 30 points a game, because of the same philosophy they tried to use in this one. Unfortunately, where last year, they couldn't set themselves up with the running game to get the 3rd and 2s and, the 4-yard gains on first down. They were, but the Cowboys came back, and so it wasn't play calling that beat them. Again, a little bit of the slow start with the offensive line, and a little bit of a slow start, or a little bit of a bad finish with the defense, giving up 2 touchdown drives in the 4th quarter. That's it. I mean, that's the reason for it. But I know, talking to J.R. Sweezy, you have to give him a lot of credit. I mean, he fought through the game with a broken bone in his foot, and afterwards he was in a lot of pain, but we talked to him.
Joining us right now is J.R. Sweezy. Okay, so we knew you were going to play. How much pain did you have to go through?
Pretty painful. In all reality, I probably should not have played, but playoffs, man. I wanted to win. I mean, my foot's broken, so I definitely shouldn't have played, but I did. And unfortunately, it didn't go the way we wanted to today.
What kind of break was it?
It's one of the bones in the middle of my foot. It's more like a chip than a break down the middle. Technically, it's still broken.
Yeah, like Pete was saying, it's a 3 to 4 week injury, and of course, you're at week 2, so you were pushing it a little bit to be able to play, but then that's your nature. That's what you do.
Yeah, I want to compete. That's what we do around here, and I love it. I love it here, and yeah, I want to keep it around.
How do you look at the whole game itself? I mean, the running game got off to a slow start with the 3 and outs, and they were stunting and doing all those things to make it difficult.
We just, I got to look at it, but that is what they were doing. They were stunting a lot, and we picked up on it. But then after that, just always one guy or like a nuance or something. I mean, we figured it out going into the second quarter pretty much. It's just, I don't know. I got to see it. I didn't give you a full answer, but we just weren't. We weren't ourselves as in the running game today. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So now, as you look back at the season, what things do you like and what things didn't you like?
I mean, we're definitely one of the most.
What's up, Ortega? How you doing today?
And just the way the guys have grown, the younger guys, Jermaine's a different dude than when I first got here, and I appreciate that he kind of, he dug in like that, and he's become a pretty dang good player, and he's just getting better. But I mean, that goes with all the guys, man. We go to work every day, man. We have fun with it, and I've had a lot of fun this season. The most I've had in a long time, and I enjoyed it. I truly enjoyed it.
So the good and bad news is you're a free agent, DJ Fluker's a free agent. What do you think's going to happen?
You're going to have to talk to those guys over there. We'll see. We shall see.
Yeah.
I would love for us to keep us together, but you lose your mind thinking about
what's going on, guys.
Yeah. What was special about this line in particular that you liked?
I mean, there's so many things. Just the way we approach everything, get along, the way we bonded, the way, again, how physical we are, and it's just fun to be a part of, and it's been a really cool year.
So finally, what do you have to do for the broken foot?
Let it heal. Bones heal. You gotta give it time.
Thanks.
No problem.
Great season.
Thank you.
Again, that's amazing what he was able to do. And then I think you can hear that, okay, so you go into a playoff game, you know that there's going to be some different strategies, and they know that there's some stunting that was going to be a problem. And, of course, if you know what the stunting is, that's kind of where the defensive tackles kind of rotate a little bit and come at you, and they come at you and kind of make crossing patterns and all that. And, you now have to mentally pick it up and then physically execute the blocks to be able to do it, and they had trouble with that. And you can understand it. Okay, so here's Sweezy, here's Fluker. They miss a lot of time, so the timing was off. And if you want to see lost timing, go back to the Arizona game last week and see the problems that they had there when they took Jermaine Ifedi and moved him inside, and then had to put George Fant at the right tackle position, and that was off. And so they were not in sync. And you can see once they got into the second quarter, they resolved some things. They got in sync. They got the offense going, and then it got to the point where they had a 14-10 lead going into the fourth quarter, and that's exactly the type of game. I mean, it was, where the Seahawks have been, maybe fans have been spoiled by seeing the 30-point games down the stretch and all that stuff. This turned out to be more of a defensive game than expected. But again, the problem was not necessarily the play calling, it was the execution. And again, you credit the Cowboys. Their execution was great. They were able to get the big plays when necessary. They were able to get the drive and all that stuff. And that just happens in playoff games. I mean, you don't look negatively, and you don't look at anything other than the fact that you don't point fingers after a loss like this. Again, there were certain aspects that you can say could have been better. I know Russell Wilson said maybe at different points they could have been a little bit more creative. But of course, you know, when you basically concede the first quarter with 3 3-and-outs and only 9 plays, I mean, you're kind of playing catch-up. And, you know, Pete was right in saying that the defense really did a good job of holding things together, because you saw it last year where if they had a 3-and-out, 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 they're pretty much going to be down by 10 points or 14 points in the second quarter and really make it tough for Russell Wilson to bring it back. But again, here they came out of the first quarter, you know, dry on offense, and were able to get the lead by the third quarter, which exactly is the game plan. So the criticism of Brian Schottenheimer, as Pete Carroll says and I say, is ridiculous. And of course, it's just a matter that, hey, the Cowboys came in, played a better game, and the Seahawks were close enough where it just they could have won, but they didn't. You just take your hats off to the Cowboys, and you start to move on and start to get better now for the off season. Hey, you can check out the show on the 710 Sports app. It's driven by your Puget Sound Acura dealers. Coming up next, we get a preview of what's going on in tonight's championship games with Yogi Roth. That comes up next. It's the John Clayton Show on 710 ESPN Seattle.
Scratch that football itch every morning at 7:45 with Blue 42.
This is a good running team this year. It was not a good running team on Saturday night. Why not?
Jalen Smith and Van Der Esch, unbelievably freaky fast. Most teams you faced are a little bit undersized, have speed, you can power them. Then you got like the 49ers that are big, powerful guys, but you can outrun them. This is a crew that brought both the strength at the point of attack, and those two linebackers, first-round picks, are freaky fast guys that unfortunately really close down those running lanes.
Blue 42. Every morning at 7:45.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here for Xfinity. Never miss a minute of the action. I sure didn't the other day. It was such a blast watching one of the big bowl games in the airport, getting ready to go home, and I'm watching it on my live Xfinity streaming app. I get onto the airplane. It was hilarious. The guy next to me is watching the game. The folks in the seats behind me watching the game, because you never miss a minute of the action when you've got Xfinity in the live streaming app that is right there at your fingertips at home and on the go. So discover entertainment just for you with Xfinity TV and internet for just $35 each a month when you bundle both with the same rate for 2 full years with a 2-year agreement. Simply go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or go visit your local Xfinity store today. Offer expires 1/28/19. Restrictions apply. New X1 Sabre double play customers only. Equipment taxes, fees, including BTV and RSN fees extra, subject to change after agreement term. Regular rates apply. Netflix, Prime Video streaming membership required. So make the call right now for all that good stuff in that live Xfinity streaming app too at 1-800-XFINITY.
Local homeowners are raving about their kitchen and bath remodels done by Washington State Kitchen and Bath. Mike, tell us about your experience.
Well, I'm a long-term cancer patient, and over the years, having a bathtub became more of a hazard, and so I decided to take the tub out and did a partial remodel with Washington State Kitchen and Bath. It was what they said it was going to be. Washington State Kitchen and Bath was very good with cleanup. It was a very easy experience. The outcome was exactly as I hoped it would be. I can't imagine it being much better. I couldn't ask for more. I'm a big fan of Washington State Kitchen and Bath.
Washington State Kitchen and Bath makes sure you'll never go over budget with their transparent pricing tool. This January, save big with a
okay, for sure, bud.
Offer.
No
For
problem.
a free consultation, call 800-935-5524.
How's your day going?
935-5524 or WashingtonStateKitchenBath.com.
How would you like to make an extra $1,200 to $7,800 monthly, safely investing in real estate tax lien certificates? Hi, I'm Tony Martinez, co-founder of USTLA, and over the last 20 years, I've been investing in tax lien certificates making 16% to 25% secured fixed returns while acquiring highly discounted properties mortgage-free.
Nice.
Now,
The
I
fun
want to show you how to
part
with
of
a 50-page revealing report called Proof Why Tax Lien Certificates Are the Superior Vehicle for Your Financial Success. In my report, you'll learn where to find tax lien certificates, how to safely earn 16 to 25% secured fixed returns, and how to acquire valuable real estate at huge discounts, mortgage-free. Now, for a limited time, I'll give anyone that calls a free copy of my powerful new report.
Call 800-550-3132 now to get Tony's free report. Call 800-550-3132 in the next 30 minutes, and Tony will give you 2 free tickets to his live training coming to the Seattle area, a $300 value. Call 800-550-3132 for your free report now.
Want to feel younger? Get stronger. Age gorgeously? You can by unlocking your genetic secrets with personalized genetic wellness programs from Pro Medical at Pro Club.
How did your break go?
Ever to combine breakthrough gene science with one-on-one guidance from physicians, geneticists, registered dietitians, personal trainers, and licensed psychologists. Whether you want to slow the signs of aging, boost your energy, lose weight, or just optimize your health, fitness, and longevity overall, our medical experts can create programs 100%
only one
personalized
silver
for
rookie?
your body.
Damn.
It starts with a complete study of your genetic blueprint.
You know, Prism was hot. Wendell Carter, that's a good one.
Will then translate those
Prism was so
into
hot and it
programs
just fizzled so
tailored to your
fast, and the
body's
price
specific
was
needs.
so expensive
It's
on
more
that
than
shit.
data. It's a plan, personalized just for you, to help you live better and longer. Personalized genetic wellness programs, only for you, only from Pro. Make your appointment today. Learn more at proclub.com.
Seahawks Insider
Brought to you by DivorceLawyersForMen.com.
with Stacey Ross.
Despite low outside expectations, this year's Seahawks team strung together an impressive season of 10 wins and a trip back to the playoffs. That all ended with heartbreak Saturday when Seattle lost to the Cowboys 24-22 in the wildcard round. But wide receiver Doug Baldwin said the future's bright for this young team.
Oh, absolutely. Look out. Yeah, this team is, we've got everything we need. We've got all the pieces. You got all the right mindsets, the personalities, the everything. You know, it's just, we're a young team. And with the time comes progression, comes growth, comes learning, even in the hard situations. And this team will be better because of it.
The Seahawks Insider is brought to you by DivorceLawyersForMen.com. Good lawyers doing good things for good men. For the latest on the Seahawks anytime, go to 710sports.com. You're listening to The Professor, John Clayton.
Live from the Alaska Airlines Studios.
Streaming through the 710 Sports app and on 710sports.com.
We don't have enough time
Gotcha,
to
you paid retail for it.
Yogi Roth and the Pac-12 Network, because before we get
Yeah,
into tonight's
I like
championship
doing it.
game, Yogi, it's like you are going to be at the Ram game on Saturday. I'll be able to see you.
I hope so. I'd love to be there and hang out. I'm not sure yet. We'll see.
There you go.
Oh, you haven't put in for credentials yet?
No, I might go sometimes as a fan. My buddy J.D. Long, he's a broadcaster.
Yeah.
For the Rams, so I always love listening to him. So sometimes we'll
It's a
end up
good
going
way to
out
do
together,
it.
but,
Sell
this
some
one
breaks,
I
make
kinda
some
enjoy
bucks
it.
so you can
I'm
buy into
I'm
some
that
breaks.
type of fan where you love watching it at home, like all the angles, and as a broadcaster, I love learning from the guys calling it. So we'll decide here later this week. But
Yeah, but see, the only bad part about not going to the game is you don't get to hear California Love with Tupac and Dr. Dre. I mean, because they play it just after every big play, and I love that.
Yeah, the Rams have really become LA's team. You know, it's interesting with the Chargers and the success that they've obviously had recently. But LA, I've seen the shift, right? When the SC was the pro team, and now the Rams, you know, the first year with Fisher wasn't really that. Like, nobody really cared. And with Sean McVay and Jared playing the way that he is, it's become a pro football town. And it's just like LA, you know, if you win, everybody loves you. And that's kind of what's happened down here. And it is buzzing, man. Like I've never seen it for football in the National Football League.
So curiously, they've now kind of come off UCLA and USC.
Yeah, well, I think it's just, you know,
You think so?
Hot. And I think that's this city, and this city's full of transplants like myself. And you know,
I mean, they looked pretty good yesterday against the. I mean, not yesterday, but the other day against us. So on Saturday.
A lot of people from Philly and LA, and the Steelers.
I think they can beat the Rams
from our neck of the woods.
I do
out
think
here in
that.
SoCal. But now that there's an NFL team, it's just more fun to kind of root for it. You know, I'm seeing, you know, to me, like so many young families where their kids are rocking Rams jerseys now or Rams T-shirts. And, you know, you'll see that generational thing happen, I think, in about 10 years. But specifically to this year, you know, the Bruins were down, the Trojans were uncharacteristically down. And when you're down in L.A., nobody watches. I mean, you saw it at the Rose Bowl and the Coliseum with attendance, you know, at lows that neither one of those places has seen in a while. I think it's just kind of the natural side of Los Angeles of when you're good, it's a town full of, we accept that we're fair weather fans. And when it's good and it's hot and it's fresh and popping, you're showing up. And when you're not, you're finding something else to do because you can go surf or hike in Malibu or whatever it may be.
Of course, the other thing I'm kind of wondering about, too, is that our buddy Lynn Swan is holding back Cliff Kingsbury from interviewing for 2 NFL jobs.
Yeah.
What's the deal? Are they hoping to get the buyout and maybe he'll get him some money or something?
Yeah,
But,
yep, they do.
I mean, they were lucky enough to get him to sign on as a offensive coordinator, but it's like, boy, here's an opportunity maybe to get into the NFL. They're holding him back from him.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. The NFL and college football made this rule a little over a year ago where, the NFL couldn't just come poach assistants. Because that's what would happen. It could be signing day, and you'd sign all these young men, and all of a sudden the very next day, the guy who recruited you was going to coach D-line. I remember that happened with Jethro Franklin, who's with the Seahawks. He was with us at SC, and, we knew that he was going to leave, and he went through signing day and then left. And that's just kind of how it happens all over the country. So I really like the new rule, to be quite honest with you. You just got to ask for permission. I think the interesting part is that very rarely do you see it get denied. I mean, at least none of us are aware of it ever really being denied, especially on a stage like this. And if you're a coordinator, it's not like you're going to interview for a coordinator position in Cliffgate. You're interviewing for a head coaching job. So I think I was surprised, and, it definitely has caused a lot of backlash and kind of curiosity among the college football community, let alone here in Los Angeles. And it'll be interesting to see what happens with Cliff. Clearly it was the steal of all steals, I think, regarding assistant coaches around the country. And for Clay Helton, if, Cliff does decide to say, hey, I'm out, I'm going to go do these interviews, does he stick with the air raid? Is that like a philosophical decision, or did he go just find the best available offensive coordinator? So there's a lot of layers to it, John, and I'm curious to see how it plays out. And, very interesting for you, has been the NFL for so long. There's clearly a shift happening. And last time we talked about the NFL being 5 years behind college and high school, and it's catching up now. And teams want to run this style of offense, and the learners that are coming in from college are accustomed to 4-word plays versus 17-word plays, and you're carrying 3 plays at the line of scrimmage. That era is dwindling in the NFL. So to see Cliff get fired from a mid-level Power 5 Big 12 team to being, asked to be interviewed for a head coaching job in the NFL, for me, it's fascinating, to be quite honest.
Well, I know from just breaking down the coaching carousel, I came to the conclusion that there wasn't going to be a single college coach that would go into the NFL because, first off, the pay is so good for the head coach right now. Why would you concede personnel power and lose a job that you can rightfully keep for forever or for many, many years, or at least 4 or 5 years to get into the NFL, where they may let you go after 2, or like in the case of Chip Kelly, 1 with San Francisco. And so it's kind of gone that way. So Cliff was the one guy that it made some sense. It's like, okay, talk to him. But, you notice that there's not one college coach that's agreed to an interview yet.
Yeah, I think the ebb and flow, you think that's about 4 years ago now probably, NFL coaches were coming to college because they're saying, hey, give me 3 years guaranteed. I'm sick of this 1 year and done mode of the National Football League like you referenced. I think now the pendulum is actually going to start swinging the other way in the next couple of years because college coaches are making big-time money. Even coordinators, upwards of $1 million, similar to what you'd make in the NFL or position coaches. And in college, the grind now with this early signing period, you sign now, as you guys probably covered with Washington, in mid-December. So coaches don't ever stop. I mean, you're taking official visits in June and July now. That's legalized, if that's the right word, per NCAA now. So the time where coaches used to have time off in college doesn't exist. So I think they're saying, well, let me go to the NFL where it's a much better lifestyle. And pressure's kind of the same when you look at the amount of money being paid and how guys are being let go. I mean, you get Greg Schiano, defensive coordinator at Ohio State. I mean, he's done. He's not at Ohio State anymore. Former NFL head coach and obviously longtime head coach at Rutgers. So I think we'll see it kind of swinging back and forth. I think what's happening now in college football and football in general is lifestyle is becoming more of a priority with coaches. And I even predict the AAFL, the Alliance Football League, which is starting training camp right now. I think it's going to be, it's going to throw a wrench in this coaching thing because coaches can go and make, a couple $100,000, go coach in that league, and not recruit, only work for 4 months, and be able to be a consultant like Mike Riley. He's a consultant at Oregon State and the head coach of the San Antonio, I'm not sure, I forget what their nickname is, but there's the football coaching landscape, I think, is changing because the demands on the craft in college and the NFL continue to shift, and as new leagues pop up, I think we're going to see things continue to move around.
Yeah, the head coach makes $750,000 for 4 months' work, and the GM makes $250,000. Not a bad part-time job. All right, let's go into the full-time job of what's going on tonight. Clemson against Alabama. I mean, the one thing is, I guess you can say every year there's about 3 teams that in this 4-team championship, they're always going to be in there, and it looks like it just doesn't change. But first, what do you see for this game tonight?
I love it, man. I can't wait. I mean, these are the 2 programs that are a cut above everybody over the last 5 years in college football, and I think that's just something to accept, you know. And people should take shots at the Pac-12 and in your community, maybe UW not getting a big one, but everybody's in the same boat. Texas, Oklahoma, you kind of go across the board. Other than these 2 teams, and they're just that much better than everybody. And I think it starts obviously with their coaches and the approaches and the philosophies they have, and what Saban's done, losing the assistants he has, to me, makes it so impressive on the college landscape. And then I go to the quarterbacks. These are 2 guys I've known since they were both 16, and Tua Tagovailoa and Trevor Lawrence, both either started as a freshman or clearly last year with Tua's case, made one of the greatest throws in the history of, you know, freshmen in college football, let alone anybody, when he won the national championship against Georgia with that throw in overtime. So I love these 2 young men because I don't think they fall into the category of wanting to get loved up because of all the attention that goes their way from the game. These guys don't seek that attention. They're not looking for double taps on Instagram and pats in the back. They love the craft, and they're bigger than the definition that people like us give them in terms of dual threat quarterback, pro-style quarterback, one of the purest passers in the country, great instinctiveness, incredible ability to learn. You know, I'm talking about Tua or Trevor specifically. Those guys, they kind of move to the beat of their own drum of, hey, I love the game. It doesn't define me. I'm a great teammate. I know how to show up for my guys. And you've seen their teammates rally around them in special, infectious ways. And I think we're going to have a great game. You know, I hope there's no rain up there. There is down here in Southern California. I know it'll be a little chilly. The field will be a little wet. But I think we're going to have a classic matchup with big-time defensive fronts and really elite, I think, future franchise quarterbacks in the NFL.
But, of course, then the Nick Tate will probably winning the game, though, because he's just got more talent.
I don't know. I mean, I look at Dabo, and I see 2 teams that play differently. You know, I think Dabo's more of kind of like the Pete Carroll. I know you guys have his presser coming up here in a little bit. Very similar to him. His guys, I think when they compete, they have a little more fun. You know, they kind of cut it loose, let it rip in a different way. Or where I think Saban's guys, and talking to people that head coach for him, it's so process-oriented. Like, this is your job. Go, let's just execute, versus the joy that I think Clemson has. So I think there's different ways where you can celebrate the game. Maybe it's the Seahawks versus the Patriots, you know, from a philosophical standpoint and the tonality of a program. So I don't think it's clear-cut in the way they go. You know, Bama really hasn't been tested a lot this year. This is clearly going to be the most talented opponent, the best defense they're going to face all season long. So I think we got a great game. I think it's going to come down to which quarterback makes 3 throws. They're both capable of doing it, but I don't think this is a home run for Alabama and Saban gets another one. I think it's going to be a beautiful game.
Okay, that's going to be great. I mean, like I said, there's so much to talk about in such a short period of time. Yogi Roth, thanks for joining us on the Venue Kings Hotline.
You got it, Jack. Talk to you soon, man. Happy New Year.
Coming up, we're going to catch up with more Seahawks in the locker room after the game. It's the John Clayton Show, 710 ESPN Seattle.
John Clayton, weekdays 10 to noon.
The saying is that they should have had Russell Wilson passing more, right? Absolutely ridiculous. You talk about bad evaluation. The Seahawks had a 14-10 lead late in the 3rd quarter. Is that correct?
Correct.
How many running plays did they have after that? 1. They passed the ball because they got behind because the defense gave up 2 touchdown drives. That's not offensive philosophy. It's defensive inefficiency. Simple as that.
Go to school with a professor. Weekdays 10 to noon on 710 ESPN Seattle.
Homeowners, do you feel like you're stuck on the credit card treadmill? Stressed because your consumer debt and monthly payments are just too high? Well, Brock Hewitt here for Tila Mortgage with a solution. Home values in our area have risen dramatically, which means you probably have significant equity in your very own home. And a cash-out refinance with Tila can put that money back in your pocket. Make a fresh start this new year by consolidating that lingering credit card debt, student loans, home equity line of credit, or second mortgage. Interest rates could rise again, so cashing out your home equity now could be your best decision. Tila Mortgage has been part of our community for over 20 years. And whether it's a refinance, purchase, or reverse mortgage, they're ready to help. TILA, spelled Tila, is a name you can trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. Call Tila Mortgage today, 206-766-8888, 206-766-8888, or TILA.com. Powered by Hometown Lenders, CLA 65084.
Dave Wyman with Greg's Japanese Auto. Now that winter is here, it's the perfect time to get your vehicle inspected by Greg's. Whether you're commuting to work or hitting the slopes, you don't want to wait to see if your car is going to keep you safe this winter. Just call 800-79-GREGS or online at gregs.com. Greg's Japanese Auto, caring for you and your car wherever you are.
Greg's Japanese Auto, we speak your car's language.
Opening this weekend, Silver Spur Resort, acreage properties, minutes from Chelan with 300 days of sun. Tide, tell us more.
Included is the Yellowstone-inspired owner's lodge, pool, hot tub, sport courts, and miles of recreational trails. Acreage properties start at only $79,000.
Or a custom cabin package on acreage for only $189,000. These will go fast. Call today. Make your reservation. Call 800-422-6009. SilverSpurResort.com. 800-422-6009.
What's in store for your business this week at Staples?
Your promotion to CIO, Chief Ink Officer.
Because this week at Staples, when you buy one HP ink cartridge, you'll get a second 30% off.
With savings that big, you'll be the Director of Deals, the President of Printing.
Buy one HP ink and get a second 30% off. Plus, save up to 40% on select HP printers. Now at Staples.
Where there's a whole lot in store.
Ends 1/12/19. Restrictions may apply. See store associate or staples.com/ink savings for details.
If 2018 was another year of I'll get out of this bad job someday, why haven't you considered an information technology career? Is it because you're not a math whiz? Look, that's okay. It's not rocket science. It's My Computer Career. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. You can start your new life as an IT pro in months, not years. Classes meet on campus or live online just a few times a week. Make New Year, New Career your resolution at mycomputercareer.edu. mycomputercareer.edu.
I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans, America's premier home purchase lender. Today's fluctuating interest rates can leave you with unexpected higher mortgage payments. At Quicken Loans, we've created a new way to protect you from unpredictable interest rates so you can buy a home with certainty. It's called Rate Shield, and here's how it works. With Rate Shield, you can lock your interest rate while you shop for a new home. So if rates go up, you don't have to worry. And here's the best part. If rates go down, you get the lower rate. With Rate Shield, we really have you covered. Here are more reasons why you'll want to work with America's largest mortgage lender. For 9 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. And for the 5th year in a row, they've also ranked us highest in the nation for mortgage servicing. Rate Shield, another way we can save you money on your mortgage. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Based on Rocket Mortgage data in comparison to public data records. Rate Shield approval only valid on certain 30-year purchase transactions. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030. Additional conditions or exclusions may apply.
John Clayton.
Powered through the Alaska Airlines Studios.
On demand with the 710 Seattle Sports app.
Pete Carroll's press conference coming up at the top of the hour, so we're wasting no time. We go into the locker room after each game and try to catch up with everybody. Let's catch up with Barkevius Mingo.
Barkevius Mingo, a tough ending to the season. How do you look back in the way this game went and then the season?
I mean, right now, we're obviously disappointed. It's not the results we wanted, but I mean, looking back, no one expected to get this far. But now we know we got to work a little even harder next year to try to get back to where we're at right now and go past this point.
What's the biggest thing that needs to be worked on during the offseason for next year?
We just can't let this happen again. They ran the ball a little bit. I'm not sure how many yards they have, but we got to stop that. Win the game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's just a matter of like a couple big misses as far as some big plays downfield and then a couple penalties toward the end.
Yeah, I mean, just playing complementary football, and all phases, special teams, offense, defense, and I think we're in the way. We got back. But just playing better football.
Yeah. How do you think the season went for you?
I haven't reflected on it yet, but I'll get to got a little time to do that now. But we'll see.
Barkevius, thanks.
That's Barkevius Mingo, and of course, the guy that really emerged this year as both a great player and a leader is Frank Clark. Of course, his contract's up after the season. He wants to stay here. Pete Carroll talking a lot about trying to say the negotiations have been intense, trying to get him to get a long-term deal. Let's catch up with Frank Clark.
Joining us right now is Frank Clark. So, I mean, tough loss. What kind of went right and what went wrong in this game?
I feel like we executed to a certain extent. I feel like at the end of the game, we kind of let stuff get away from us. You know, the little things, just, you know, tackling, making plays on the quarterback draw, you know, containing the edge. You know, we let Zeke bounce that ball, you know, earlier in one of those drives, and that kind of hurt us. We didn't tackle Dak on that draw, and that kind of hurt us. And, you know, penalties, it was a collaboration of things, you know, on those final 2 drives that hurt us. You know, we hurt ourselves on a lot, but it just hurt us, you know. And at the end of the day, I feel like you can't make the mistakes, you know, the small mistakes, just the playoffs at the end of the day, you know. And when you make the small mistakes and you do the things, you know, like that, those are recipes for disaster at the end of the day.
So what's going to be the lessons learned and now what will carry over to next year on things that get done?
I feel like the thing that carry over is, you know, how young we are, you know, how much potential we have. You know, like I said earlier, you know, you got a group of guys here who the media, who everyone calls, you know, a bunch of nobodies. You know, they say they don't know nobody's name on our defense, Bobby Wagner. You know, these different things. And, you know, it's special to see, you know, a group of guys come together, you know, and believe in one common goal, you know, and to believe in one thing, and that's just being great. You know, being the best teammate you can be. You know, being the best man you can be for your brother. And I feel like that's the things we built this year. I feel like it started off rocky. Of course, you know, we lost 2 straight. And I feel like after that, we got our juice going. You know, I feel like towards the end of the season, we start to find ourselves and start to find an identity for our team. And it's great, like I said, man, just knowing how much potential we have going into the next year. I feel like everybody's going to be back for the most part. I feel like all these guys here are championship competitors. And I just feel like I'm honored to be a part of this locker room and to be able to compete with my brothers out there, you know, every game. Got next year. And that's part of the game. You know, you go take some losses, but you got to turn them losses, like, you know, into more, you know, motivation. You got to use it as lessons. You got to, you know, use these things that we go through and, you know, the adversities of life and turn it around and make yourself a better person from a better player, you know, but more than a player, a better person. Because it's just a challenge, you know. It's a challenge that some guys have to deal with. It's the first time losing in the playoffs for a lot of guys, you know. This is the first time, you know, some of these guys have got this far. You know, this is the first time some of these guys won this many games. You know, so it's the first time for a lot of things here. You know, we lost, but I hold my head high because I know, you know, I went out there every week, you know, no matter what was going on with my body, no matter what I was going through, and gave it my all. And I know my boys did the same.
And then finally, for you, you figure you're going to be here, at the very least, in a franchise tag. Can there be a long-term deal?
I'm going to let them figure that out, man. Honestly, I don't know what's going on right now. I've been trying to lay back and just play a little bit of football, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. I feel like, you know, something to get worked out eventually. But that's kind of out of my hands, you know what I'm saying. I can't really make no decisions until, you know, a little bit later on. But at the end of the day, I just feel like, you know, trust the team upstairs to do whatever they got to do. And like I said, man, I just look forward to coming back next year and setting the league on fire.
Congratulations on a great season.
Appreciate you.
And that's Frank Clark, who had such a great season. They took a sack away from him at the end, so I think he finished up with 13. But boy, what great speed, what great energy, and great door. Hey, let's catch up with one more guy. Let's catch up with Nick Vannett, the tight end.
Nick Vannett, so how do you look back in this whole season for both you and the team?
You know, it's tough to look at it right now, but I was just telling them that, you know, most people didn't think we'd make it this far, you know, from the start of the season. You know, we proved a lot of people wrong. You know, we went 10-6, and people didn't think we would, you know, win half the games that we won. And, you know, obviously we're very, you know, blessed to make it this far, but, you know, we're still a little upset that we couldn't finish the job tonight. You know, we were so close, and, it's a tough loss, but, you know, looking back on the season as a whole, you know, I think there's a lot we can build off of, you know, this year and going into the next year. You know, we got a lot of young guys, and, you know, I think we're gonna, I think we're really hungry, and, you know, we're just gonna grind all season and come back stronger than ever.
What's the biggest thing you learned about yourself this year?
I think I learned that I can do whatever's asked of me. All the opportunities I've been given, you know, whether it's in the passing game or, you know, in the run game, I feel like I've answered the bell, and I just really wanted to prove this team, especially these coaches, that whatever assignment they give me, that I'm going to do it 100 miles per hour, and that I'm going to get the job done. And I live for these big moments, these big games, and just kind of proving the world who I am and what I'm made of. I really haven't had those opportunities the last couple of years, and I saw this year as a big opportunity for me to really showcase what I could do, and I just hope I did enough. But I'm pretty. I mean, looking back, I'm pretty happy with how I did. Start off a little slow in the beginning of the year, but I think as the year went on, I progressed, and that's really the improvement you want to show throughout the season. You want to get better each week, so I think I did that.
Do you think you proved you were a starter?
I think so. Just the way I prepared each week, the way I, just the mindset I had going into each day, in practice and into the meetings, and just I feel like everything I did, allowed me to go out and play free. I feel like I was so prepared, and I've always felt like the more you prepare, and it gives you confidence from preparation. And when you have confidence, you just go out and execute. And so I proved to myself that I could do that, and I'm excited for my role next year. But I'm still a little upset about the game tonight. But like I said, looking back in the year, I think it was a pretty successful year.
Well, like even in this game against the Cowboys, I mean, you made several key blocks.
Yeah, we going into the game, we weren't sure what our role was going to be. We thought we were going to maybe air it out a little bit more. Just the way the defense was playing didn't really allow for it. And that was a really good defense that we played against. Their front seven was playing hard every play. They really stopped most of our runs. So I took the challenge upon myself just to each play just try to win my block. Just try to come off hard and just be physical with these guys, and I think I did pretty well, but not good enough for us to come up short though.
And congratulations on a great season.
Hey, appreciate it. Thank you.
Coming up next, the season-ending press conference of Pete Carroll, John Clayton Show, 710 ESPN Seattle.
Need to know every morning at 7:10 with Brock and Saul.
Seahawks season ended with a 24-22 loss to the Cowboys in the wild card round. You will hear people say that this one is all on Brian Schottenheimer, Pete Carroll, or the coaching staff. I'm going to fault the offense for not executing, and I'm going to fault the defense for not stopping 3rd and 14.
Pete is a guy that believes in their system and what they do. He played it to get to the very end of that game. That team was red hot. Let's get this game to the final 5 minutes, and he did.
Need to know with Brock and Saul.
It's a new year. Isn't it time to build a new you? Hey, Brock Hewitt here with Precor Home Fitness Manager Brian Smith.
It's resolutions time, Brock, and yes, Precor Home Fitness would love to help you build a new you. Let's start by saving you a ton of money now during Precor's resolution sale, our biggest sale of the year.
And friends, it is true. This is
that's the whole
I
thing.
got you,
That
Fitz. I'm
finality
just bouncing
hits
back
so
and forth.
square in the face that you don't get to keep going because we were in the mode for
Bouncing back and forth. So, what teams did you have again, brother? Because I'm just fighting with Breakers TV too. It's down at the moment, so I'm just trying to get everything going.
Not moving it as well as we wanted to, not converting on third downs was something that we were counting on being able to do, and so that kind of got us in the game. You can see how tight the game was at field goals and 10-6s and at halftime and all of that. That was okay with me, you know.
Pistons, Timberwolves. Okay, cool.
The fact that it was a tight game and all that was, that's
Yep,
kind of
I
what we
see
expected.
yours.
So that was no problem. We just didn't get going, and so it was frustrating. And not running the football like we like was part of it. But
yeah, my other site that I use is down right now, so I'm just trying to get everything up and running.
That you need, and so it was very limited opportunities. It felt like, and limited opportunities for some offense, limited opportunities for us to get going. And
but we should be going here pretty quick. So,
but it was okay as long as it was close. And
got to send out an email to the other people real quick.
And I think I made an expectation on Fluke coming back and Swedes getting back out there without practice time. It's hard to expect those guys to play at top flight football. And the Dallas guys were coming off the rock, and they did a nice job, excuse me, up front. And we weren't as sharp as we needed to be. And so that's really what it felt like watching the film and getting back through it and all that. So anyway, that's the game was frustrating. We loved that we had a shot to keep coming back and rolling back. We were going for two out, and we made the adjustment with Seabass getting banged up, but the guys really went for it. And I
how's everybody's day going?
Really, of what this season was all about. This season was a season of growth and coming to
hit a
who we
monster.
are, what we can do.
I know.
In a great
Yesterday
fashion.
we had a couple of good
Season,
hits.
hit
So Allen Iverson, a Dirk, a couple of rookie autos. So, but the case hit's still live on this side. So, let's see who's going to get the Galactic.
Took to the challenges and all, and we come out of here with a great feeling about our future. Our guys were
Breakers is down, so Breakers isn't working.
We can do some damage in the playoffs. They know that we can go a long
yes,
ways.
I know they're big boy.
They know that they have a lot of work ahead of them too.
Silly goose.
All the indications that where you come up short, there's enough of them. There's enough lessons here that we've learned, and so I love this team, and I love where we're going, and it's going to be more competitive than ever. The roster will continue to be built and constructed to be competitive and bring out the best in our guys. And I think it's evident to me that we made a connection with our fans, that they can feel our team.
My day has been going pretty good so far. Just
we actually leave here on a positive, in that we know that there's
trying to get things going.
But there's so much out there.
My other site that I use is down at the moment, so it's causing issues. But hopefully everybody will go to the YouTube. So
on we go.
Looks like we got a couple of teams that haven't been paid for.
Low turnover numbers, things like what are the key statistics that you think are indicative of what Brian?
Well, first off, for somebody to look at this game and say that somebody didn't do this or do that, and try to hold that against him or whatever, I think is really unfair. I mean, hold it against me. I mean, I'm the guy that's in charge of this.
Oh, looks like we're coming back live on Breakers. Good.
My opinion.
Let me see if I can connect on there.
And but I'm on top of it, and I'm the one to be pointed at. And we couldn't have been more committed to being an aggressive football team than we were this year. And that meant that we're playing great defense, and we're working on our teams, and we're running the football, and we're playing off of that. That's us. That's how we do it. And that's not anybody but starting with me. And so the fact that the Shotty was working the game plan and trying to hammer the football is what we did every week, and that's how we figured to win. And then when it doesn't work, you have to get moving and find the ways that you got to get there to get the game won, and that's what we were attempting to do. You forget maybe that the goal. It's a 9-play drive, I think. 8 plays were runs, and we got the ball at midfield off great field position after a great kick, exactly like we like to do it. Defense held them.
Yes, but I'm trying to get my screen up and running.
Down there. We fight
Can you see me, Ortega?
And make it to 14-10, you know, and okay, let's go from there. And so to try to blame Shoddy or the play caller or something on anything, that, you know, I understand that reaction, but you know, it isn't want to be a hell of a season. I mean, we did it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my screen up too.
That's what it feels like.
Last year, I think you said penalties were the things that made it after the year. What after this season maybe most frustrating or disappointing?
Looks like it's loading here shortly.
We
All right,
have to
so
expect that we're going to make a big jump, growth-wise, experience-wise, and we had a lot of guys that played for us for the first time.
Yeah.
That contributed in big ways.
no, I know I'm not on there. It's just my other site that I'm
really making a big step forward in terms of understanding.
My other site I broadcast on is not working that great. So, all right, guys. So let me just check these couple of payments, and then we'll get going, and then we'll see what teams aren't paid for, and then we will
I think it's something that we're just going to grow to.
Offer those up to the room. So it looks like we have about 4 teams.
The chemistry that we have
that are going to be available, maybe. So we'll see what happens here.
To avoid the issues that come up, and they can be in the kicking game, they can be in penalties, they can be on offense, they can be in defense, they can be any part of our game. We have to just clean it up and not give our opponents, you know, ways to get
stuff up on this thing here.
I showed them some examples.
Let me just send them a quick email, and then we'll start opening up the box.
Through their experience and their awareness, and how you can anticipate growing as a player through the curiosity that it takes, and the diligence that it takes, and the
yeah, I will do that for sure.
And the time that you got to put in, we got to grow, and so that's why it's all on the up, because everybody knows that that's going to happen and take place. If it'll take us far enough, we'll do some big stuff next year.
Obviously, the issues you brought up in this game.
Yeah, see my screen on breakers.
Points I did in team history in just the second half of the season with the numbers. How much do you feel the overall growth in offense will help you guys get?
Yeah, I think it's all out there for us. I mean, we have a formidable running attack because of the guys up front, the mentality that we're going at it with, and the running back crew. This is an excellent running. Chad Morton's coaching now. He's got guys that can do all kinds of different things. So we know that's a great strength. And we have a quarterback that you can absolutely count on. He doesn't turn the football over. He makes big plays. He throws touchdown passes.
1 second,
he
guys. Just got to send out a courtesy
This year was the year that
email
really
to everybody real quick that hasn't paid.
What's happening across the board, run past the whole thing. He's able to change plays. He did it on the goal line to score the touchdown. And there's multiple examples of that. We've just taken a big jump forward, and we need to capitalize.
Looks like we had one get paid for.
Aspects of that, you know, so we got to get great at what we're doing.
Yep, I will let everybody know.
Frank here next year and in the future.
Okay, we got a lot of work to do, but let me say this: this time of year, we always cite it's a really difficult time. There's a lot of stuff that has to take place. There's a lot of business. John has a master plan of carrying this thing out. He's got schedule and calendar and all kinds of stuff that he's working. We're well into it. There's a strategy and a plan to carry this out. And our guys know we've communicated with everybody. We're ongoing, and there's a process to this.
All right, sent the last email.
There's free agency coming up. There's our own contracts that we're dealing with. There's the draft coming up. All of that stuff is all.
And let's see, we just got
this time of year. And we're really good at doing this.
So the Knicks were paid for, and
make us a strong
Orlando. So we got those.
The other side of that is.
All right. So if you guys have never broke with me before,
we can't go into any of
we
that
just
right now.
open up the packs, check one more time. So let me hit record, and we'll get going, guys.
Some contract issues that we're going to be dealing with, and.
What is going on, everybody? Triple X 12th Man here with Epic Case Breaks, doing our second half of our eBay break. Case hit is still live. So here are your teams. We have so what I'm going to do, guys, is for the teams that aren't paid for yet, I'm going to open up all the packs and boxes, and then I will double check, and then I will offer them to the room. This is case the other half of the first break, so you can watch it on YouTube. So here are your teams. I want to thank all my new customers and all my previous customers. I do appreciate all you guys. So we have Chris with the Hawks, Eric Celtics. We have Ryan Hornets, Mark Bulls, Gabriel Cavs, Brad Mavericks, Thomas Nuggets, Brian Pistons, Matt Warriors, Mark Rockets, Ian Pacers, Mark Clippers, Matt Lakers, Christopher Grizz, Thomas Heat, Matt has the Bucks, Brian Tim, Chris Pelicans, Brad Knicks, Thomas Thunder, Brad Magic, Matt Sixers, Matt Suns, Thomas Blazers, Chris with the Raptors, Eric Jazz, and Ines with the Wizards. What is going on, everybody? So welcome to the room. So here we go. And like I said, I will let everybody know what teams will be available. So I sent everybody an email. So what we'll do is we'll get opening up the second half. Like I said, this is number 2. You can watch yesterday's video to see that we marked the boxes. So case hit should be live. It should be on this side. It's a Galactic. So I will look for that. Go. There's our boxes. I will open up all these real quick. Oops. Go. Yesterday these were a pain in the ass to open, so hopefully today they open a lot easier. We got a couple of good hits yesterday. We hit a Allen Iverson and a Dirk, which was nice, for a couple of vet autos. I'm hoping this side is loaded with the rookies. Whoops. Hit my camera. So does everybody watch their, I don't know how many football people are in there, but did your teams make it as far as you wanted to? Or like my Seahawks, they lost, so I was kind of bummed for that. Man, they just really seal these things up. Get a nice card here. I did find a case of 1718 Cornerstones I'm super excited for, so I'll have that coming in. That's going to have your Mitchells and Tatums and Balls and Dennis Smith Jr. and Fox. And I think that is a superior rookie class. Alright guys, let me open up all these first real quick. Alright. I do wear gloves, so I just open up these cards first to my new people that never broke with me before. Oh my goodness, these packs are just a killer. Gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Gonna have to chop the top off. It's been a rough morning with cards and the internet, Breakers TV, and the servers. These are not open smooth like all the other products. They either open up easy or they're tough. Looks like Breakers is having a hard time. Yeah, Breakers went down again. Well, let me tell everybody, go to YouTube. Let me post a little link right here for them. Because now Breakers is down again. It's just crazy. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. That's why we record everything. Boy, these packs are just brutal. Some of you guys were here yesterday in the first break, so you guys excited for the second half to see what comes out? I know Matt was here yesterday. Fitz, were you in here yesterday? Did you get into a couple of teams? Oh, there's Ortega. How's it going, buddy? Yeah, Breakers is just messed up. I guess they have a power outage somewhere. That's what they keep saying, so oh, I got you, Fitz. Alright, I thought for some reason you had some yesterday. These are the worst packs in the world. I can't believe how hard they are to open. Ah, it's a little slidey one. Jeez, I gotta say this is the worst packaged cards. I don't remember last year's being like this. Wow, just so you guys know, everything on this will ship. All cards will ship and go out today. So, you will get every card from this. I know it says base don't ship, but I do ship everything on this just because of the possibilities of the different variations and stuff like that. So. Jeez Louise, I hate these. So brutal. Huh. What do you guys think of the playoff games this week in the wild card? Trust me, I never have this type of problem opening packs. It's just this product. It's just a little rough today. Alright guys, almost done, and then we'll check on those teams to see if they got paid for. It looks like the Nets, Kings, which is Kings are a great team in this, and Spurs might be available. Do we have any interest in those? Baller on a budget. Any interest in those teams? Just get a little poll going on here. Kings, all right. We have the, looks like the Brooklyn Nets available, Kings, and Spurs possibly. I'll check here in a second. I'll let you know here. I don't think the Kings sold were the most expensive ones. But I don't think the other teams were too bad. And of course the last pack's got to give me a hard time. Alright. Alright, let me check real quick, guys. Let me see if they got those payments in. And then we'll get going. Looks like Breakers is back up again, so that's good news. Alright, let me check, guys, real quick. So let's see. So the Spurs were paid for. So it looks like we have, let me just send them one more quick little invoice. So it looks like, oops. Looks like that just got paid for. So we just have the, looks like just the Kings are, but let me just check real quick. Which is crazy. So the Kings sold for $24, just so you guys know. I got some messages here real quick, so hold on a second. Alright, that just says paid. Cool. So it looks like we're good, guys. Let's see. The Kings. So the Kings sold for 25. Are you interested in the King Fits for 25? You'll take them for 25? Okie dokie. So, let me just cancel the order. Alright, here's PayPal. Just send it right here. You said you already have the Mavericks, so just send it friends and family. They're right there. Just send friends and family, and then you have the Mavs, so I'll just put you on here. Good luck on the Mavs too, brother. So let's see. We got the Mavericks. Brad. Sweet. So once we get that, we'll get rocking and rolling, guys. So yeah, I got yours, buddy. You're good. I got you. You are golden. So just send that, Brad, and then we'll get going. So good luck, everybody. Thank you for everybody that got in and picked up the teams, and appreciate you. Yeah, I got yours there, USM. Yep. No worries, buddy. I always give everybody a little bit of a leeway. All right. So let me know, Brad, when you sent that over, and we'll get rocking and rolling. No worries, man. No worries. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. Did you get that, Brad? The PayPal address there. Just send it friends and family. Big hits. That's what I want on this side. Big hits. Invalid email address. Here, let me just retype this real quick. Maybe I typed my name wrong. There you go. Sometimes when you copy and paste, it puts a space, so you have to backspace. I've noticed that before when I've sent people PayPal and I've copied it out of the link. So sometimes it puts a backspace in there. Because that is my PayPal. So when you copy and paste, if you just type it in there, it'll probably work. But if you copy and paste it in the line, then it puts a little space in there for some reason. Then it does say invalid email. I've had that happen to me. But I trust you. We'll get going. We'll get going. Yeah. Here we go. So I break these a little bit different, guys. So you'll see an example here on those first two boxes. So here we go. I'm gonna get started. Cool. Thanks, buddy. All right. Here we go. First two. So what I normally do is take the hits and put them right here, because then I can look through the backs for the special cards. Because they hide stuff in here. And so I just want to make sure, because the Galactic, I want to make sure I find the Galactic too, so. But I'll double and triple check these to make sure we find the Galactic. Alright, here we go, guys. So yeah, that's a groovy, and I will sleeve all those for you guys. You don't have to worry about that. Our rookie, Ayton. And I will double, triple check for the Galactic. And that's an Astro rookie. And we have a Colin Sexton. I like that guy. And then we have a Costas. That's another Astro. We have Jackson. Michael Porter Jr. Jalen Brunson. Spellman. Groovy. That's a nice card for Simmons. Nice little Groovy. And Vincent Edwards. So I always just double check the back just to make sure I don't miss the Galactic. Sometimes I do overlook it. And this, just in case they short us the card, then I have it on video to show that we didn't get it. So, all right, let's do the hits. Here we go, guys. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. So, we got a nice Anthony Davis Vortex. John Wall. Dylan Brooks, that's a base. Ben Simmons, super. That's kind of a cool card. Reggie Jackson. This is a groovy. Nice. For the Knicks, Kevin Knox. That's an epic little hit right there. Congratulations, Knicks. So Brad M. There you go, buddy. Nice card. That's the one you're looking for them, Kevin Knox. Jaren Jackson. Blake Griffin. Some of these are hard to read. Jaren Jackson, groovy. Jerome Robinson. Dylan Brooks. That's a factual. Giannis. Damon Green. So this is a cosmic. So this is 79 of 100 for the Draymond Green cosmic. I will do a hit recap too, guys, for you. We got Cousins, Vortex. LeBron James, groovy. Nice. We got a nice Luka right here. It's just a base Luka, but it's a nice parallel. That'll sell for 20-30 bucks. CB, groovy. Mo Bamba. And Kevin Durant. That's Impact. And base right there. So and let me just double check the back of these, because the Galactic could come on the back of these. Oh, that's a cubic. I'll sleeve that real quick. And no, that's Impact, so no Galactic on that. Nice cubic though. There we go for the John Wall. I didn't even catch the cubes on that one. All right, guys. Next two boxes. Alright, here we go. Good luck, guys. Let's see what kind of monsters we can get. Base. Michael Porter Jr. rookie. Fultz. Lonnie Skywalker. That's a groovy. Grayson Allen. Bruce Brown, Dante, Troy Brown Jr. That's a Astro. Another Dante, Astro. A Melvin Frazier Astro. Jared, Astro. Alright, so I did not see the, I'll just double check. Astro. Where are you hiding, Mr. Galactic? Astro. Astro. This is being a sneaky one. Groovy. Groovy. Lots of groovies. Astro. And that's what we got for those. Alright, let's see our hits. Watch, it'll be the last box that has it. Oh, there we go. We have a nice Donovan Mitchell right there. Looks like another cubic. Yep, another cubic of James Harden. Yeah, it's super easy. Yep. That's why I always triple and double check, and I ship everything. So it makes it tough when they do all that weird stuff on there. So Jason Tatum, nice card right there. We have a fractional Butler, Bridges, Groovy, Porzingis, Aldridge, that's Impact, Embiid, Kostas, and there's our Cosmic. So Cosmic of 87-100. And you guys can all see the auto right there, the team that didn't get paid for. Nice. Jason Williams, Sacramento. Oh no, the Kings got paid for. No, yeah, that's the team that didn't get paid for that Brad picked up. So nice hit, Brad. Yeah, you know, Rick, I've seen the cases that have had 5 of them in it. But I just like to be certain. Yeah, I've seen a case that had 5 of them in it. So got a Dirk, Impact, Grayson Allen, Karl Anthony Towns, Factual, Beal, and then J.R. Smith, Groovy. But nice hit there, Brad. Yeah. All right, guys. Next 2 boxes. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah. I'm always pretty lucky though on getting everything that's supposed to be in a box, so we'll see if my luck will continue. There's a low numbered one right there. Someone will be happy. Hutchinson, Astro, Trent Jr., a Groovy, Kevin Knox, Astro, Dennis Smith Jr., Galactic. There it is, guys. Boom, the Mavericks got it. Congratulations, Brad. Have yourself a break and welcome to the room. So there's our Galactic right there, guys. The Mavericks got it. Dennis Smith Jr. too. So even a good card. So yeah, even a good card too. Dennis Smith Jr. Galactic. So we got it, boys. We didn't get ripped off, so that makes me feel good about the break. Let's see if we can get another one, maybe. Get 2. Astro. Costas. Astro. Maybe we can get lucky and have one of those boxes that has 2. Oh, base. Astro. Justin Jackson. Impact. Alright guys, so that was that. I'm not going to search through the back of those. But if for some reason we did get another Galactic, it will be sleeved up. Here we go guys. So we got a nice LeBron James. Jimmy Butler, factual. Kevin Knox. Milton. This is a Cosmic. 47/100 Cosmic. Embiid, Donovan Mitchell, Impact, Cantor, base, Porter Jr., Kevin Knox, cubes. That's a nice one for the Knicks. 4/50 for the cubic. So you got a nice cube with your auto. And Aaron Gardner and Anthony Simmons. Nice. I thought that was like Anthony Simmons, Trailblazers, Portland. Congratulations, Portland. Thomas S. Spillman, Dennis Smith Jr., and another Kevin Knox Impact. Not bad. We got the Galactic and we got a good couple odds. Last 2 boxes, guys, so good luck, good luck. Like I said, I will do a hit recap, so just hang in there. Get a big name, big name, big name. Well, we got Kevin Knox. That's a good name. And there we go. All right, guys. Here we go. Give us another Galactic. Be nice to us. Sexton. We got a Groovy. Shy. Astro. Ayton. Vanderbilt. Astro. Jaren Jackson. Astro. Zari Smith, Astro. Okubo. Porzingis, Astro. A Mo Bamba. And a factual, Kevin Love. Lillard, Astro. And those are our regular cards. Let's do our hits. Nice. Dennis Smith Jr. for the Mavs. Nice little Rookie Revolution liftoff right there. And Donovan Mitchell. Impact. DeAndre Jordan. Dwight Howard. Williams. Fractual. Harden. Dylan Brooks. So that's an Impact. Alonzo Ball. Jalen Brunson. Ooh, nice. Nice little sunburst right there. 69/75 for the Mavericks. Mavericks are getting some hits out of here. Well, they did sell for the most, so they were the most expensive team. We have a LeBron. Zvi. Factual. Kevin Knox. And we have a Groovy. Russell Westbrook. Anthony Simmons. That's a cubic. Number 8 of 50 for Portland. Portland's having decent little bit of cards too. Durant. Dante. Tatum. And why not? Let's just get 2 Anthony Simmons for Portland. I hate when they do that. So Portland with 2 autos. That sucks. That sucks. But we have a Donk and a Jason Tatum. So I'll sleeve this Luka up. That sucks when they do that. They give you 2 of the same autos. That's just a bummer. Alright guys, so here's our hits. Luka's not numbered or anything like that. We got a cubic, Anthony Simmons, Jaylen Brown Sunburst, Kevin Knox cubic, Miles Bridges, that was a cosmic, Dennis Smith Galactic, Costas, that is a cosmic, cubic, Harden, Wall cubic. This is not numbered. This is just Luka. And Draymond Green cosmic. And then our autos, we got 2 Anthony Simmons, we got a Jason Williams, and we got a Kevin Knox. So that's our big name rookie right there, Kevin Knox. So thank you guys so much. I do appreciate you guys. Just so you know, I did find a case of 17-18 cornerstones. So that's going to be your big name rookies. Ball, Tatum, Mitchell, all those guys. So you guys have a good night, and thank you guys so much. And I will ship today. Everything will ship, and I will send you guys an email of the break. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. They'll ship today, yeah. If I'm still recording or if I'm still broadcasting. Yep, perfect. Thank you guys so much, man. Appreciate you guys. Everything will ship today.